Happy New
Happy New
Year!
Year! Hello, and welcome to another evening of Spelljammer. I almost said Spelljammer Academy. Like I was going to fully flow into that, and then I realized it's just Spelljammer, but I have to ship Spelljammer Academy constantly. Welcome this evening. We're so excited to see you. Thank you for waiting around with us as we needed to just start a little bit later to help everybody make sure that they could arrive and we can get everybody settled. I want to start off this evening as we welcome you by giving a huge shout out to our guest player this evening, Josh Anderson, who has shown up in our Spooky Week during one of our one-shots, has played in a couple of other games, and has been part of Ink and Lyre and part of this little crew and cast for a little while now. So it's so great to have you here, Josh. Thanks.
I am so excited to be here. I love this group. I've had the chance to watch a couple here, and I've played with some of you before, so I'm super excited to hop in. This is going to be a super fun group to play with.
Yes, I'm really excited as well. As Josh comes in, we'll introduce your character here very shortly. I do want to also note that unfortunately, Drizzle, aka Deanna, will not be able to join us this evening. So we are thinking well wishes towards you as well, as you are unable to join us. A couple of quick things. First off, big shout out to our partners, Nine Realms Gaming. They make the finest accessories for gaming that the finest woods in the multiverse can offer, and you can go and visit them at www.ninerealmsgaming.com and use Liar10 to get 10% off. Second, a shout out to Mithril Armory, and they create TTRPG items that anybody can enjoy, including the 1020 and a cool graphic D&D graphic t-shirt. You can check that out at www.mithrilarmory.com, and that's Mythroll, Mithril. Big shout out to Tailspire. That's a system we use for our maps. It's a ton of fun to go and play and build maps on. I was just building some stuff for later on in the campaign earlier today, and really looking forward to eventually showcasing that. It's a virtual tabletop system. You can get it on Steam. It's really fun to have that Z-axis and suddenly start working in 3D. And as a GM, it's a little bit of a nightmare all at the same time, but it's a ton of fun. Tales Tavern is a website that I use to get assets from amazing creators like yourselves and others who build assets, upload them there so that we can later download them and apply them to our games. I hope to be able to eventually share some of our own assets coming out of this game onto Tales Tavern so you all can come and join us in our little universe here. Last and not least, for many of us here, you can see our character icons next to our faces here. I would like to give a huge shout out to McBluff, the wonderful artist and cast or our audience member who watches our shows and has made this art for us for the Spelljammer run. We're going to throw their Twitter and Instagram into the chat, and I invite you to go check out her work. She's fantastic, and we are huge fans of you. So thank you, McBluff, if you're out there. Otherwise, sending the love and care. I always say last not least right then, but then there's actually one more last not least, which is you help influence this game and we need your help. As a reminder, Valor tokens are something that you get over the course of this game while you come and hang out and watch with us. And during fights or during chaotic social encounters or anything else, you can bless the party or curse my NPCs. You can use the command ! Point commands to see the ways that you can influence the game, as well as giving people blesses. And I believe that every one of you never used your bless from last week that was provided to you by Afraid Not, if I remember correctly. And so you all currently start with one blessing as we come into our session today.
Very nice. Josh has also received a luck.
I saw that.
And thank you, everybody who voted on our flag that the crew had created. You can see that my icon, the Spelljammer Academy icon, has been replaced with the Devious Crew's flag. Thank you again for voting on that. And
We've
always.
Also got another blessing,
Wow. All right. I love it.
I'll make them roll that in the meantime.
Thank you so much for giving luck to me. I am kind of like omnisciently all-powerful as the GM, so you don't necessarily need to give me powers or luck in this case. But I appreciate
You
it.
could totally curse him, though.
You
Yeah.
can curse me, though. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
He likes it just as much.
Yeah.
I promise.
And with that being said, as we start our session today, we were going to start with a captain's log, but we'll come into that right after our introduction. So without further ado, let's shoot for the stars and roll into our intro as you come and join us this evening.
They took that as a challenge. They cursed you, but we're gonna go ahead and head
no,
into the intro.
what are you doing?
Now.
Welcome back. As we come into our session this evening, I want to first invite us to start off with our captain's log. If you would, take it away.
That's me. All right. Okay, captain's log. This is lore. A lot has been happening in the last couple of days. Well, I mean, a lot has been happening before then, but I have too much to cover to go on a long ramble about everything. So we're just going to cover what happened in the last, 48 hours, and that's enough. I met my grandma. That's kind of weird, right? But she's kind of cool, too. She's the dread pirate captain of this ship, for one thing. And she's I found out I kind of realized she's a paladin of vengeance, maybe something like that. She said something about she doesn't follow her old gods anymore, and I didn't really put it together at first, but she's got all these pictures of my dad, who's her son. And as the time went on, she kind of talked a lot about what happened to him or what might have happened, because she doesn't know. None of us actually know, which is kind of weird. Also, I'm saying that a lot, but you have to understand, this is really weird for me, because I thought my dad was a giant asshole, and he might be, but it's also possible that something happened to him. He might have been influenced by a mind flayer. I mean, he has those 4 scars, and I don't think he had those when he was with grandma on the dread pirate ship doing family dread pirating or something like that. But also the academy, Spelljammer Academy, we kind of found out or remembered, I don't know, did they ever tell us that? Anyway, they have one of the 2 tablets of fate. And that basically, so a little bit of a history lesson here. I did kind of pay attention in history. The tablets of fate are what kind of rewrote the laws of the universe, kind of helped the multiverse exist, also put the gods in place. And so if someone has both of them, they can completely rewrite all this stuff, become a god, create the laws of the universe, scary stuff, okay? But if you have just one, you still have a lot of power. And that's where some other kind of things come into play. You see, we sort of made a deal with Balthazar Brand of Dis that we would get him a thing. And that thing ended up maybe being the tablet on the elemental plane of water. If we get too close to it, it automatically transports to him, which is a problem for a lot of reasons, not the least of which being we have no idea what became of Balthazar Brand because we had to run away from Dis when there were actual spaceships shooting at us. So there's that whole thing. There's also the fact that Oksani, the Dread Pirate Oksani, my grandma, kind of also wants this tablet. And she wants it for reasons that I think are kind of okay. I also think that it's probably a good idea for someone opposite of the Academy to have the other tablet. I don't want to see these two ever united. The tablets, that is. Oh, and she told Leon that, you know, if he does a major act of piracy, and one of those suggestions was to get a hold of this tablet, that she'd put him up to be the next Dread Pirate, because right now they're at a little bit of a standstill. They've got 6, and, you know, you need a tiebreaker. Oh, the other person up for that is her first mate, so that should be fun. Now, to give you a really quick rundown of everything else that's going on, because, frankly, guys, shit hit the fan. The planes of water and the planes of earth are collapsing in on each other because Felix, our former schoolmate, decided that he was going to mess with the planes alone. Last time he did it, he had Bleeze's help, and it went a little bit better. Yeah, so there is that. Oh, and the tablet we need, that's in the elemental plane of water, which is currently a war zone that is collapsing in on itself. That should be fine. I have no worries about that whatsoever. That brings me to what our choices are here, because we have to make a decision pretty quick about what we're doing. One of them, get that tablet from the elemental plane of water and hopefully maybe help Felix stop the planes from collapsing in on each other. Horrifying. I'm sure it would be fine if we didn't help. I'm sure we could just leave that and everything would be fine. This is sarcasm. Second, go to Mechanist. Drizzle had this cool idea that we get to Mechanist where NPR is public broadcasting because it's the only communication that's able to come out right now. It's the only thing that it's the only thing that works. And to answer a question in the chat, everyone's holding our salutes because this is an inside joke. Every time someone does a captain's log, this is what we do. I just broke character. It's fine. I'm back. So we can go to Mechanist. We can broadcast through NPR what's really happened and try to get people on our side because it's the only communication in the entire multiverse that we know of that's working right now, which is very concerning on multiple levels. I don't need to tell you that. Oh, there's one more thing. Obviously, when we had to run away from Dis and my grandma Oksani came and saved us, we had to leave our ship behind, and the Academy has the Spelljammer ship now with the Eternity ship. Yeah, it's they have it back, and it's also kind of souped up a little bit. Hopefully not completely, but it's kind of souped up, so that's very concerning. Jasmine kind of posed this idea that maybe we should try and catch up with them, and it probably would be easier, but I just don't know if we have the time to do that. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. If we don't, I'm seeing like heist style. We'll get in there, get in the ship, fly it away, and then we can call all the troops. I don't know where we're gonna get these troops because we have no communications without Mechanist, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. So anyway, long story short, everything's falling apart, but I did get to meet my grandma. That's it.
Ooh. A lot of information. Last session involved a lot of revelations and information as the party was given sort of a sense of where they may decide to go next. So thank you so much, Laura, for handling all of that. As we come into our session today, our crew here finds themselves still aboard the Prometheus, the ship of Oksani Lorfan, one of the Dread Pirates. And you as a crew have found yourselves only about a day later. The ship has now been sort of coasting, traveling along within the astral sea, and you find yourselves with an opportunity here to sort of check in with one another and to also check in with the other parts of the crew, including, I want to start with our camera zooming in for a moment on Geoffrey. Geoffrey, another day has passed aboard the ship, and you stroll along, making sure things go well. You speak to each one of the crew members, making sure that their morale is up, especially during this time of confusion. You've heard that communications are got down. You cannot speak to any of the other dread pirates, nor track other things happening within the astral sea and along the multiverse. And folks seem a little on edge, a little confused within your crew. But they're also a solid crew, a crew well-trained to not react very volatilely to anything going on. Geoffrey, would you introduce yourself and describe what you look like?
Sure. Yeah. Geoffrey is a GIF, a humanoid hippo race. And he walks around, generally speaking, in his well-worn studded leather armor, kind of just strewn with guns. It is very obvious what his preferred style of combat is. With his very large blunderbuss strapped to his right thigh, he has a long-barreled pistol kind of just across his chest right here that's easy to take out, and some very interesting-looking, kind of looks like a rifle, unsure, looks a little bit more decked out than all of his other weapons. Not quite strapped across his back. You can't really see any visible things strapping it to his back. It just seems to kind of hover there. You've seen him take it off almost like a magnet. He's able to just kind of throw it back and it sticks in place and in a spot where he's able to grab it. He has a rather gray cast skin with very short, almost whisker-like protrusions coming from his mouth, jowl areas, and always has his little hat on. Not something as audacious as a captain's hat, not yet, but something with a little bit less fanfare. He tends to walk not with a strut, but with purpose. You very rarely see him meandering. He always seems like he is on his way somewhere. And when he, generally speaking, just has his hand resting on his pistol on his chest when he has nothing else to do with his hands.
Geoffrey, as you are moving through the ship, you recall that as you're kind of just assessing other parts of the crew, speaking with them, making sure that the meals have been divvied out, you are thinking too a little bit, or you've had an opportunity to kind of meet or at least watch your new guests. This crew that you swung into the Nine Hells to come and pick up from a dire situation where the Academy nearly captured all of them. It was only later that you learned that one of them was your captain, Oksani's granddaughter. But more importantly, potentially than even that, you remember that Oksani had made a promise to you that you would have an opportunity to become a dread pirate potentially. You could try. You would have to go through the trial. And so as you walk through the ship, you recall that Oksani has called a meeting today for you to meet with one of the other guests named Captain Leon, and that you two were going to have a quick conversation. And that's as much as you know at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
For the rest of you, as another day passes aboard the ship, what's kind of the general day-to-day of what you all get up to on the Prometheus?
I have the worst question that has just come across my brain, and I guess magic is the answer. But if all of the liquid is disappearing, how are we staying hydrated?
Yeah, it's actually over the course of a day. Over a course of a day, one of the things that you're starting to discover is this is currently a random effect.
Oh.
It happens almost in surges and waves. You can almost see every so often some pulse moves through the astral sea, passes through your ship, and carries on. And during that moment in time, a random assortment of the liquids aboard the ship vanish, seemingly into nothingness. So that you still have stores and wares, but you know that time is limited in some way. Eventually, all of that liquid will fade and vanish.
Yeah, so I can answer what Laura's been doing. I know you're all thinking alcohol. You're not wrong. But also staying very hydrated, because you never know when your last glass of water is going to be. And outside of that, it's the normal. It's training. It's punching things. Talking to people.
Yeah. You were training, you're talking with folks. You found that a couple of the other crewmates are very willing to spar with you, to box with you down in the lower parts of the ship as you kind of just like pass your day fighting and chatting.
Awesome. That's lore.
I think Blaze is definitely down working on taking this Mechanist crawler and getting it up and running for us rather than for the Academy.
As you tinker away with this Mechanist crawler, you recall snatching it from the Academy when you left the Nine Hells, and you work alongside a gnome who you can tell is a cleric, and you can see is Yagi. You've now learned her name. You two work alongside each other. Just a day before, as you kind of reach down and work and start fiddling with some parts of the Mechanist, you feel your back twinge. You can feel some of the ache as your surgery just not but 24 hours ago had occurred, where you could remove the tracker the Academy had placed inside of you.
Do we still have the bits and pieces of that tracker as it got crushed? Okay. Would I also be able to put it back together?
You could try if you would like. You can spend a little bit of your time not working in the Mechanist crawler and actually try to repair that tracker if you'd like. I would just need for you to make for me I would say like tinkering check. All of a sudden I'm like, I don't know even know what skill that would
be.
Yeah, James had a fun idea for that tracker.
Like a sleight of hand?
I'm gonna say this is going to just start with a raw intelligence check. And given that your proficiency is with tinkering with and with inventing and working with objects, you have advantage on this.
Just a raw intelligence.
Yep.
We got a 16 as the high.
16 is the high end. You start to work on this, but you think that it's just taking a little bit of time. You think you would have to spend about another day, but you've started piecing it together.
Okay.
As
Definitely take the time to put it together as well.
Yeah, as you fiddle with this, you can see Franklin, your spider child, is helping Yagi sort of repair the Mechanist crawler. And for a moment, as you look over there, Bliznoik, you can see as Franklin, a couple years ago, Franklin would have asked you for every action taken to repair something mechanical. Mm-hmm. And now you can hear Franklin speaking to Yagi, and Franklin is saying many of the teachings that you've provided over the years to Yagi. Oh no, you first have make sure you go righty-tighty. Just forgive, don't lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. And you are hearing Franklin starting to sort of speak up for and work on his own in this moment in time. You can see that he sort of fumbles with a couple of his legs, dropping some of the equipment, but otherwise is pretty successful in helping Yagi. It's sort of like a mechanic's assistant in this moment in time.
It's nice to see that. So he'll just definitely keep an ear that direction just to continue listening. Very happy with his progress.
As you listen in, Jasmine, what do you get up to?
Well, that's a lot of technical stuff. Jasmine is not so much inclined for that sort of activity, but she, noting that in a time of desperate need, a health potion just vanished. She was gonna see if she could make like a health potion hardtack, like a solid version of it. Make it into like a piece of bread or something that you could just pop, or like a pill.
Molecular gastronomy.
Is Jello disappearing? Like, could you just make like health Jello shots?
I don't know, Jake.
What a fantastic question. It's liquid.
I like it.
So
yeah,
I don't.
Surely it doesn't have to be liquid to be healing.
Jello is also going.
Jello's going.
Is Jello a liquid?
Not the Jello.
I rolled
Jello a
liquid. Look, I don't.
I think we should let the chat weigh in. Is Jello a liquid?
Chat, what do you think? Is Jello a liquid? Because God knows I don't know. I don't know.
You put
about
an
that person.
enough
Just have,
agar
the Jell-O
agar.
stores.
If you put enough agar into a liquid, it is no longer a liquid.
Yeah, I think Jasmine, you're kind of on the right track. You could try.
Yeah.
It would be incredibly hard and potentially the first of its kind to be made, because I guess you are correct. If you put enough agar, it becomes just agar, or like Jello or gelatin, but there is a liquid that is part of that. And so you need to figure out a way to infuse that power from that healing potion into that kind of like hardtack. And Jasmine, you could try, if you would like, to start working on this. It's not a thing you're able to probably achieve within a singular day. But if you would like, you can try to make a check. This check is going to couple two things together. It's going to be first a knowledge arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see from there what you have to try to do.
Okay.
Chat's opinions so far are, if you can chew it, I don't think it's a liquid.
Great.
And
Good point. That is a great point. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you're fully turning into going to Jello shot healing potions where we're going.
God, I love this.
It's
game.
going to be a 19 on my Arcana check.
19 on your Arcana check. You start to work on this. You start to kind of think about and distill how exactly this like healing potion functions. You still have one that exists that hasn't fully vanished yet. As you start to work with it, it's going to vanish in the process of you working on this. Like, you're gonna have to use it in your experiment.
Mm-hmm.
But you think that you have sort of started the process of potentially making this hardtack. I'm going to need you to make for me a survival check to cook. This is food. You're trying to make food.
the look of concern that just passed
So
across.
it's not a very big ship. I assume we only have one kitchen.
It has one
Is,
kitchen.
is the captain around?
We had one kitchen.
Oksani?
Yeah.
You hear that you know that Oksani, sorry, I had to catch up on that for a minute, but Oksani is not around. You've heard that Oksani is sort of waiting in her office. You spot that Koba is working in the kitchen serving up drinks, the remaining drinks to folks. You can see that he's kind of working within the kitchen itself alongside the kitchen chef as well.
I'll petition to both of them then. Because Kova seems very able with drinks, but this guy also cooks for a living. Like on a ship full of people.
Awesome. Both of them can help you. You have advantage, but the check is yours.
Okay. All right, survival. Oh. It'll be a 14.
14. All right.
Because I have a +0.
Raiders. As you come and join us, it's so exciting to have you here as our party. I believe you guys are about to join, or you're joining. One of our players is trying to make Jello shots out of healing potions. With a 14, you start to make your first sort of hard attack. You've added way too much gelatin to this, like an excessive amount, and so this tastes terrible. And only this first iteration of it, if you eat it, it magically heals you for 1 hit point.
Success.
It's a good berry Jello shot.
You
If
can
Leon-
lovingly give
if-
your party member who's down a Jello shot to bring them, just to restore life. That's
Yeah,
a
if Leon's ever coming by, Jasmine will be standing there in like a full like goth apron and like holding a cup of Jello in their hand. You should try
Yeah.
it.
So as you do this Jello shot, you make it with the help of the chefs and you help of Koba. You have made a basically a good berry, but out of Jello that you can now carry around. And it's not if another gravitational wave moves through the ship and more liquids begin to disappear. You think you have a pretty strong sense that this will not lose its potency and its power.
It's enough to get somebody back up.
Yeah.
It's more than I was expecting out of day one.
Jasmine, as you working away with your first day, with your genius mind of arcanomancy, you have managed to sort of create something for the first time that nobody else has created. This is, at least this version of it. You've heard of other people putting shots and healing potions into them, but this is one that can withstand sort of whatever else is happening within the multiverse.
Nice.
And we cut to Leon. Leon, over the course of a day, what do you do aboard the Prometheus?
Yeah, so it's been a while. since Leon's been on a ship and not been the captain, you know, like probably since his academy days, working on Hatch's ship. So he's feeling a lot right now. He honestly, he spends a lot of his time following Oksani around. Like just seeing how she runs her ship and maybe asking questions about like how the ship works, you know, introducing himself to members of the crew, trying to be like I think having that like authority figure in place, he kind of slips back into his like academy days a little bit, like with him and Hatchet. He like kind of falls into like a pseudo first mate kind of role. So he's just kind of following her around, asking questions, getting to know the ship and stuff like that. And one thing in particular that he does with everything kind of falling apart, you know, he's lost his ship, shit's going crazy. So I think on one night in particular, when he's in his room by himself, because he hasn't done this in a while, but he's going to close his one good eye, and he's going to try to use the special effect of his Greer's eye.
Yeah.
So kind of see he wants to see kind of what the future holds.
Yeah. So you seal yourself away into your back curtained area. For the rest of our cast here, audience who've come to join us, so exciting to have you here. None of our cast members have seen what Leon is about to do or try to do. Leon, you go into the room, you lay down, you recall that moment, that memory of you being aboard Captain Hatch's ship. You recall the orders given for your ship to turn and fight the Githyanki and how horribly that went. You also recall the moment when you turned and you saw Captain Hatch shouting at you to get down, and you remember seeing the spit of splintered wood from your ship flying at your face before one side of your vision went black. You now lay there in your room on your bed as you now bear the mechanical eye provided to you by Spelljammer Academy as a token of honor for the services that you've done during that fight. You close your good eye and you can make the check if you would like.
Okay, so this is for centiles. It's not great right now, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, do you want to tell the audience, tell our cast members in the audience what happens?
So yeah, basically, I can kind of, you know, to go along with, you know, Leon's a master tactician, and he can kind of like survey an area and almost kind of predict, you know, what's gonna happen. And so all of these, basically, he takes all of the information that's been laid out before him, you know, the civil war going on in the elemental plane of water, not to mention all of the water disappearing, the deal that we made with in Dis, you know, what's going on with Lorfan and you know, his potential encounter with the Beholder, just all of these different things. And he kind of closes his eyes and they all just kind of pop up around his head. And it's like puzzles, like he tries, like puzzle pieces, he tries to like see how they all fit together in his mind to see if he can make sense of what to do next and kind of predict, kind of see into the future what's gonna happen here. So mechanically speaking, I have to roll percentiles, and on a roll of 95 to 100, I can see kind of what's gonna happen. If it's 94 or lower, Leon doesn't have a good time. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we get here. Close. It was an 85.
85.
Yes.
You lay there thinking about all these pieces that you've laid out around you. You're trying to piece them together. And yet, all that comes through in your mind as you are starting to weave this together, to combine these thoughts, memories of that day, of that moment as you watched your ship and your captain explode around you. What stands out most to Leon in this moment? What part of that memory?
What part of it stands out most is probably like you described, like that moment of impact when he actually loses his eye. Like I like he's laying back, he's relaxed and he's trying to focus, but then like these like flashes, like he'll hear Hatch yelling, and he'll smell the singed wood, as the blasters are firing through it, and then when he does look and that splinter does hit his eye and take his vision, he kind of like jolts up and he feels that phantom pain in his eye. Like, so he kind of like wakes up and just like holds his head, and he has to like shake it off, and he opens his eyes and he blinks and he looks around the room and he's back, back behind the curtain, back in the present day.
Yeah.
But for a moment, like all throughout his body, he feels like he's back on the ship,
Yeah. You open your eye again, and you are laying there upon your bed, and you can actually sense a presence in this room with you for a moment. And standing in the room, Geoffrey, you've come to the back cordoned off part of the ship that you've left for your guests.
It's like you read my mind.
And Geoffrey, that you both have to go to this meeting.
I think as you're waking up, you kind of hear like the either on your door frame or door. I don't know if the door's closed or if you've kind of like had it open or if I'm like walking in, but
it's a curtain.
The wall, maybe.
Yeah, you can tap on the wall. Yeah, it's a curtain. We don't have a door.
Are you decent?
Yeah. Just
opens the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay? Is now a bad time, or are we?
No, never a bad time. What can I do for you, Geoffrey?
We're gonna need to go soon, but I just wanted to check. Are you doing okay?
Why would you think otherwise? I'm fine.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you've been following my captain around like a puppy. I just wanted to check. I've seen this before, so I will ask again. Are you okay?
Look, I'm just trying to get an idea of how Oksani runs her ship. That's all.
Fair.
As you say that, Geoffrey, as first mate, you've been, of course, watching Leon following Oksani around. Leon, something strikes you about Oksani. As she wheels herself about the ship, she has given no order over the course of the day. You have noticed that all she does is move around the ship, reading papers. And as you are putting things together, Geoffrey had been giving every single order. And Oksani had said nothing.
So she just kind of leaves you in charge, huh?
We've been together for a while. I've earned her trust. And she's earned mine. Do you feel like you've learned something from the captain? Captain?
I think you've got a well-oiled machine and a good crew here.
I would agree. I have been relatively impressed with your crew as well. They seem to, I think I saw one of them trying to make, I don't know what in the kitchens, but they were relatively successful, and I've been impressed to see another has been wrestling with the crew. It's been entertaining, if nothing else, but your crew seems loyal. That is a mark of pride for you, I must say.
Oh yeah, we go way back. Honestly, all those guys, everything. I wouldn't be. What's a captain without his crew, right?
Not better said.
Yeah.
Would they stick with you should you become a dread pirate?
Of course.
And you know, and they know what goes along with that title.
Remind me.
He takes a step closer. Are you sure you're ready for this responsibility? You run a tight crew, but what I've seen so far, A captain needs to know how to lead when they're behind and ahead.
I'd rather try my best not to be behind.
I would agree. It seems that you find yourself behind now, wouldn't you say?
A minor setback. I mean, we had the full force of Spelljammer Academy rain down on us in this. Was an unexpected oversight, but it won't happen again.
Well said. Are you ready to go? Or do you need a moment?
No, yeah, let's go. If you were to make an insight check right now, he's clearly not as solid as he's appearing to be. I don't know if you can tell or not, but he'll quickly jump up, grab his hat, obviously, put it on, and follow you out.
Nice hat.
Thanks, I know.
You both walk alongside one another. Everyone in the hall and about the ship. Again, the Prometheus is not big. It's not like the Eternity. And you bump into people constantly. And as you walk down the ship, you see that people are giving deference. You pass by the stairs or the ramps that lead down lower into the ship, and you can hear the guest Franklin and Bleesnoik speaking to one another along with Yagi the cleric as they're all working down below. Even in a distance, you can hear kind of like grunts as you can hear some sparring happening. You pass by the kitchens as you start to make your way up the ramps leading towards the deck and the captain's office, and you can see as Koba's like, "What are you doing? No, you don't work and knead bread like that." And you can see Jasmine just sort of standing there and just sort of working away in whatever way that she would for actual cooking. And then you make your way up to the captain's deck.
It's science. It's just work like this.
Yes, baking is all about chemistry. It is a science. And you make your way to the captain's door. You step up to it. And without having to knock, you hear, "Come in." You open the door. You step in. You see Oksani sitting behind her desk. You can see that her desk itself is covered with papers, all of which have various bits of scribbles and writing. Some have images on top of them as well. And you can see as she sort of starts to sort of shuffle them to the side. And your 2 chairs have been set up in front of the desk for you to look and meet and talk with her. "Please, have a seat."
Captain? Mm-hmm.
Captain.
He sits down.
"All is well, Geoffrey."
As well as could be expected, Captain.
"Very good. I don't want this to be a long conversation necessarily, but I wanted to just make sure you were both on equal footing. Just the other day, I spoke to Captain Leon here and told him that if he committed an act of extreme piracy, whatever that might be, that I might and would propose his name as Dread Pirate. However, Leon, I want to be fully transparent. As I said before, my first mate, Geoffrey, is your competition.
You see the hippo's nostrils flare.
I want you both to know that either one of you would make a fantastic Dread Pirate, and I believe in both of you equally. I will not take favorites in this. I expect you both to act admirably, to act scoundrously, and to truly exemplify what it means to be a Dread Pirate. Are there any questions?
When will we know?
When you complete your act. Then I will submit your name, whomever it may be, to the Dread Pirates.
How long do we have? Like, is it whoever commits the most piratey act, or whoever commits it first, or?
I think it will be mostly an assessment that occurs at the end of whatever you do next. I cannot tell you how precisely you're going to be assessed, as that's many moving pieces. But I can tell you right now, your crew will play a crucial role in that assessment. Geoffrey, you've managed the Prometheus for so long that I expect you to be able to work well with the Captain Leon's crew in order to get them to potentially vouch for you as well.
I've had the chance to express my impressment. It's not a word. I have had the chance to express to Captain Leon how impressed I am with his crew as it is. They seem to be a good bunch. I expect I will have no trouble, at least getting on their good side, but they do seem loyal to their own captain, so I anticipate I'll need to step up my game, so to speak.
Yes. Leon, I do believe in you. Geoffrey, I believe in you. And we need our 7th Dread Pirate. The clock is ticking on this, or else the Dread Pirates will not make any decisions. So, get to it. You are dismissed.
Understood.
Yes, Cap.
She gestures for both of you to leave and starts to kind of pull her papers back out and lay them across the table.
Geoffrey stands, does his little head nod, and gestures as well for Captain Leon to stand up and leave in front of him.
Yep. Stand, nod, take the hat. Captain. Now, turn and head out.
And before you both leave, don't kill each other. I'd be really annoyed if that happened.
Oh, that's a pretty piratey thing to do, don't you think?
Yeah.
Geoffrey, who's had his gun sitting on his chest, just kind of cocks it and goes, "Chick." I wouldn't dream of it.
Accidents do happen, but I'd prefer them not to happen to either of you.
I think I want to like you, Geoffrey.
He turns and slaps a hand on your shoulder from behind. This is the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
You both stride out. And Leon and Geoffrey, you and the rest of our crew here have decisions to make and things to plan. What do you do?
Right. So she's basically leaving it up to us, huh?
Yep.
All right. We still got our sending stones, our little communicators.
Yep.
All right. I guess I call everybody back behind the curtain for a meeting.
As you call, you can, like shortwave radios, these sending stones work, but they crackle and sputter. And you think that if you're any further away than potentially just the length of the ship, they would fail to accurately communicate to one another.
Okay.
Given what's happening in the multiverse.
Okay.
You all gather back into the back of the ship, each of you called by Leon. And you all see Geoffrey standing there as well. And you all stand around. A table has been brought in with paper and pens in case you needed to plan. But otherwise, the room is yours.
All right, folks. So you've all met Geoffrey here. Oksani's first mate. He's gonna be sticking around with us for a little while. Oksani's basically left the next couple of moves in our hands, so to speak. I would say shit's kind of hitting the fan, but we're just gonna take things kind of one thing at a time. So these tablets, right? One of them is in the elemental plane of water, and our enemy, Laura's dad, already has one. So I think we should go there first. If this was any sort of an indicator, the Academy's good at inserting themselves where there's already chaos and trying to get things that they know. They already had the card for our friend at the casino. We don't know what else they have access to. And if I'm a betting man, which I am, I would imagine that's probably where Lorfan's headed, where the Admiral's headed next.
The elemental plane of water, Captain, or the Academy?
The elemental plane of water.
Heard. I tend to agree. Drizzle also brought up that we may have assistance if we if we're able to go to Mechanist and use NPR to broadcast the truth. What do you think about that?
I think tactically, if I may, Captain, we should do that after we have the tablet in our possession.
Right.
May even be able to use it to help rewrite the what happened.
Yeah, the truth isn't going to mean anything if the Academy could just rewrite the freaking multiverse. Plus, the war will give us a good cover, hopefully, to kind of infiltrate and see what's going on. There are two sides to every conflict. So if we can join one of their causes, then maybe they'll owe us a favor, you know?
If we want to start a revolution, we need the guns to back it up. Starting off with one of the tablets is a pretty strong gun.
Right. Plus,
Agreed.
I have a sneaking suspicion that whatever's going on with the water, we might be able to get more insight on that. I mean, Jasmine, your jello shots, they're coming along great. But, you know.
I need a few days.
Potions are potions. Yeah, exactly. So, so yeah, I think elemental plane of water, then Mechanist, and then we go get our damn shit back.
I like it. Please, can you get coordinates from Felix?
I could see if I could pull coordinates from the email.
If not, we do have another way to get to the tablet, but I don't know where Felix is.
Still have the map.
That's the other way.
You have the map.
What map is this?
Just a magical map that lets us find anything we want to.
Convenient.
Exactly.
Geoffrey, make an Arcana check. Geoffrey, make a history or Arcana check.
History or Arcana? All right, let's take a look here.
I put it in layman's terms.
Oh boy, both are the exact same. You know what? Geoffrey's not a magic man. He just thinks about his history. That is a 12.
A 12.
In the meantime, Laura's gonna lean over to Leon and be like, just to keep in mind, we do have a little issue with getting too close to that tablet. And then just kind of like looks casual about it.
Yeah.
Leaving that in his court.
Geoffrey, you're in this room, and this room is pretty quiet. And as you stand here, you get the layman's terms of what Jasmine is describing of this item. You have heard of a number of different like maps and stuff that shows you where things are. And unfortunately, you're not certain, though. You think if they're saying they can find anything with this, then it could be, there are a couple like very powerful artifacts that exist in the universe that could do that. And in your travels, you've heard of a couple of those, but yeah, you need to get more information to kind of like sort out which one it could be. But you also notice that Lore leans over and is speaking to Captain Leon, and you know that you can't hear it, but you know you are watching these things that happen.
Okay, I think he looks very interested in the map at first, and then sees that interaction and says, "Lore, did you have something for the group? Speak up."
Oh, I had something for the captain, but I think he's probably gonna need to come up with a plan in regard, or one of us is, in regard to a tiny little detail.
I've got that figured out already.
Captain, care to share? Is this information that you think everyone in the group could benefit from?
I think that we just need to be careful about how we go about acquiring this tablet.
I have heard less obvious things today, but fair enough. Yes, beat person.
What?
You have the mask on all the time. I think he's just giving you shit for wearing a mask all the time.
Oh, beak. Oh,
Beak, I'm sorry, beak.
Not beat.
I thought you
Beak
called
person.
me a vegetable.
Pardon me. Yes, the
Beat
woman
person.
with
I'm
the
not
beat.
red. Yeah.
Well, I think maybe she would just give Leon a little tilt of the head and maybe message him in his brain about it and be like, are you trying to hide things from him? He's probably going to be the one that needs to carry it out.
Make an
Seems-
Arcana check. DC 20.
Me?
Ooh.
Oh, messages.
DC 20?
Lore is going to be
Yeesh.
1, genuine, and
Not on
2,
that one. That's a 13.
attempting to distract Jeff. Is gonna just walk over and be like, haven't gotten you into the training room yet. I know you're busy running the ship, but you look pretty big.
I always have time for sparring. I could honestly use a bit of a break. It's been a long day. After this meeting, I'd be happy to meet you on the mat.
Sounds perfect.
And
I'll see you on the mat after the meeting.
Jasmine, you're having a full moment here where, Jasmine, what did you whisper in message?
I said, don't you think that information might be tactically important?
Jasmine fully says it out loud. Fully whispers it aloud.
Just like this.
His message is a whisper based function. And
Yeah.
it's whispering from a far distance. Jasmine, you fully say that aloud as your message spell fails.
Laura kind of looks over her shoulder like, what the fuck? But then just,
Communications are
I-
down.
I think Geoffrey's been standing, I like not totally part of the group. I think just standing a little bit back to try to get a lay of the land. And then as it's becoming more and more clear that multiple members of the people that he's supposed to be working with are like very clearly withholding some piece of what he believes to be important information, I think he steps up, is closest to Jasmine, and puts a hand on Jasmine's shoulder a bit more firmly than may be comfortable and says, I'm sorry, did you have something else to tell me? Captain? Lore? I feel like I've been nothing but accommodating. I don't quite appreciate secrets. For something as important as this.
understand, Jeff, it's Geff, sorry. It's more of a,
You said Jeff and his nostrils went,
sorry. It's not so much a secretive thing as a tactical a part of acquiring this that I don't think we've fully figured out yet.
Trust me,
Jeffrey
really
takes
nice
a hand
way of
off of
putting it.
Jasmine's shoulder. I'm sorry, what now?
trust me, Jeffrey. You know everything that we know.
Ears kind of go. And he doesn't say anything, just kind of stands up and puts a hand back on his gun.
So, first things first, we need to figure out how to get to the elemental plane of water. Please?
Maybe see if I could find these coordinates exactly where we need to go.
Okay, good.
It strikes
Yeah.
me we need to find that tablet and we need to get a hold of Felix, and I'm not sure if they're in the same place.
They're on the same plane at least.
That's a start.
It's a start. So yeah, we figure out how we need to get to the elemental plane of water. Do you guys have Jeffrey, do you guys have like smaller vessels that we could potentially
Jeffrey.
Right. Do you have smaller vessels that we could potentially take in? I don't know if bringing the entire ship, granted, this is a smaller, more agile ship. I don't know if bringing the entire ship in to a war zone is the best tactical decision.
100%, Jeffrey. You can get your hands on a really light ship and just bolt in. One's used for sort of scouting and stealthing.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, great. So
yes.
I'm thinking the 6 of us go. You know, Oksani, I mean, she's entrusted us with this. We shouldn't really try to involve the rest of the crew. I think the 6 of us go in a smaller scout ship. Hopefully, you know, under the radar, kind of gather some information, see what's going on, see why this. Do we know why the Civil War is going on?
Yeah. The NPR, Multiverse Public Radio, has said it a couple of times. You all would have heard this, so you all share this knowledge. There is a civil war happening because the god of water, Talos,
disappeared, right?
has vanished, and
It's like a power.
all of the like Marid, the water genies, are all fighting for rule of the plane.
Yikes! How long ago did he disappear?
It's been at least like a couple of weeks. You think that from what Multiverse Public Radio has said, it's been like 3 months since Talos was last sort of seen or known.
You said there were a bunch of water genies. How many quote unquote factions are there fighting?
Yeah, there's about 4 royal houses are duking it out.
4 royal houses?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Pretty good.
Jeez.
Please.
Yeah.
How's that bot coming along?
Actually, I think it's going pretty good. I actually wasn't really working too heavily on it. Franklin has been leading most of the charge on
No way.
getting that up and running.
Nice. Do you think it could be of any use to us on the expedition?
Might work as a good sentry to have on the stealth ship with us.
What do you think,
Find out if
Captain?
They got it running and whatnot.
Sorry, one more time.
What do you think about that bot we picked up that Bleeze, well, I guess Franklin's been working on? Do you think it could be of any use to us in the mission?
Oh yeah, bring it on. Franklin stays on the ship though.
I think
Yes.
that's, yeah.
Wait, what?
Listen, Frankie, we love you. We do. But after last time, it's just, you know, I couldn't stand to lose you, buddy.
You did a great job. We don't want to see you
Also,
hurt.
There's so much more research that you can do here
Okay, I'll stay.
and learn.
I'll stay.
Like you're doing so good at helping teach as well.
Fine.
My next question is for Jasmine. So when it comes to this map, right? I don't remember exactly how it works, but like is this stuff, what I want to know is can we track the other tablet with it, or is only the location of the one in the elemental plane of water on the map? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Would she have to reattune?
No. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. No, you would just have to use an action again.
I can
you
use as many charges as I can before it eventually maybe possibly disintegrates.
right. Oh yeah. How many charges do you have left?
Well, the risk is that basically you go and you try to locate the object and you roll a die, and if you roll, I believe it's a 1, the map vanishes forever again from you. So it's as many times as you are lucky.
Okay. Maybe we wait then. I just wanted to see if we could get a sense of where the other tablet was, because if we're lucky or incredibly unlucky, Lorfan might bring it with him. I'd want to keep it close if I had a tablet that could rewrite fucking everything.
Interesting thought.
Well, it would be if big if, but if he's traveling with it, it's like a bootleg way for us to scry on him. We at least know where they are.
It's true.
True. And if not, we'd know because the coordinates would go back to the academy.
Right.
Smart.
But well, yeah, but it's a big risk though. I don't want I don't want the map to disintegrate. Jazz, I'll let you decide whether or not you want to do that.
No, I think it would be tactically imperative to try and find this tablet. It may not even be at the academy for all we know.
Right.
Also, speaking on potential scrying, I've been putting the tracker back together that you guys took out of my spine.
Always important.
Wait,
I
you're
almost
putting
have
the
it back.
tracker back together?
Yeah.
Reverse engineering.
Yes, but more of a tactical ploy, as we could attach it to something and maybe lead their trail somewhere else.
And you feel confident you wouldn't accidentally reactivate the tracker right away and tell them where my ship is?
It would tell them exactly where we are, but then we would send it off away from the direction we're going.
You can always maybe put it in a lead-lined case of some sort as well. It could block the signal.
Right now, they probably think that's where I am, is somewhere that is unable to be seen. I'm not sure if they know if it's been destroyed yet or not.
I wonder. Well, this is super ballsy, but I wonder if that's a job Franklin can do.
I can do a job, yeah.
If we
It's
have
almost back together, so
if we have another vessel, yeah, if he just has to like connect the green wire to the red wire or whatever. I'm not an artificer. You could give him those instructions, fly him off to a certain area, connect them, throw it out into space or wherever it is, and then come back. That
or
way,
we could have it to where he's ready to set it up. The crew can wrangle in some kind of astral creature that they could attach it to, and then just let it back off the ship.
Give me this job. Give me this job. I can do it.
You think you can do it?
I know I can.
You know you can.
I believe in him. I think we should give him a shot.
I like
That's
it.
lovely. Quick question for you, Geoffrey.
Yes?
I don't know much about your people. I just I noticed that you take after a hippopotamus somewhat. Are you able to breathe underwater? I don't know the anatomy of that. This is tactically important, I promise.
That is an excellent question. I believe I can, or at least I can hold my breath a lot longer than other people can. I know I have a swim speed, but I don't think I have some magical ability to just breathe underwater, but I think I can hold my breath like significantly longer than most other people.
Excellent.
But-
Just wondering, just in case we're in there for longer than 24 hours and something horrible happens.
That's a good point. I am a human.
I have a spell.
Since when?
Wait, what?
Since the day I was born, please.
I didn't want to make
I
assumptions, so
hover
thank you
over
for clearing that up.
No, our
Yeah,
captain
makes
is
sense now.
a changeling. He has been forever.
Right.
I've never gotten a good look at his ears, so
Yeah, no, they're rounded. But yeah, so that's I guess the beginnings of a plan. 4 factions fighting over a crown. Okay. Look, if we can our primary focus is getting that tablet and then getting the hell out of there. If we can figure out why all the water is disappearing, dope. Probably should get on that. As far as the actual power vacuum situation and everything else like that, no offense to any of the water people, but we got bigger fish to fry out here.
I don't think any of us were under the delusion that we were going to solve a war.
Should we make saving the water plane our first objective as far as the collapsing in on the earth plane?
I have can't believe I'm the one that's going to say this. If the tablet is lost to the collapsed water plane, we have a bigger problem than a missed plane.
Tablets first priority. Look, if we get both tablets, we could fix whatever
True.
catastrophes may occur. However, Felix knows how to do that, right? Could he fix it?
it's gonna take some convincing to fix it. I feel we might end up stabilizing it rather than fixing it.
Is it going to be there?
Is he gonna be there?
Yeah.
think he's gonna leave his baby behind.
Okay, cool.
He
Well, maybe that's a
seems
good
very
first.
proud of it. So
Maybe that's our first point of contact. You can get in contact with him, right?
can't get in contact with anybody right now.
Oh, right. Duh.
Communications are down.
Right.
I
Oh,
would
did
like
you
to
try and
try
message that?
something for later. Remind me.
If we I mean, Felix is the only one on the elemental plane of water who we know, and he probably knows what's going on if he's been there. So I think maybe trying to find him would be our first point of contact.
I mean, at least we have someone we know we're all familiar with that we could try and track.
Yeah.
Additionally, depending on the situation when we get there, we can assess the positives and negatives of perhaps leaving Bleeze with Felix in case that takes some time to resolve this issue, and the rest of us going after the tablet.
Didn't Felix?
Normally, don't know. Maybe leave two of us.
Yeah. Didn't Felix leave Bleeze to die the last time they worked together?
That's why I said maybe two of us. Yeah.
No,
As you-
offense, buddy, I'm not trying
If you
to-
leave me with Bleeze, Bleeze will walk out of there alive before Felix does.
Facts.
I don't think that I'm gonna be the one worried about dying this time.
Now you've armored up pretty well, bud.
Okay.
All right. Some plans have been set in motion that you'll get a small ship. You'll drift into the elemental plane of water. You're attempting to locate Felix. You have a contact of Felix within that plane. And you're going to try to avoid a bunch of other things that are potentially going to happen in that plane as well, it sounds like. Your main mission being the tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Geoffrey, as you're picking up, Felix seems to be potentially the individual behind this. And also apparently killed Bleeznoik at one point in time.
I said left him to die. I didn't say killed him.
Sorry, left him to die.
Expiration.
Sorry.
Complicated relationships all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you now all have a moment here, is it's going to take a couple of days to make these preparations. And you have a moment here, if you wanted to each do something that you want to try to prepare for this mission in some way, shape, or form, you may. Is there anything that you all want to do before this mission occurs?
Two things.
Yeah.
One, obtain some new armor, if possible, because
Yes.
we did not have armor on.
Yeah,
we
Geoffrey, you recall them all showing up in fully like date clothes. None of them were armored except for Bleeznoik. They were all like out in their nicest outfits, their Sunday best, and so yeah, you can absolutely help provision them if you would like.
Yeah, I think after this meet, I think having known that, talking about going out on a mission, Geoffrey would have absolutely been like, stop by, go see Cad, and he'll get you outfitted with some spare armor we have down in down the bowels of the ship. He'll get it's not anything fancy, not like what you were wearing on the way in, but it'll get the job done. It'll block a sword, block an arrow, block a bullet.
As
Appreciate
you're
it.
going over this, you'll see that I'm just basically all armored up, just hovering about 3 to 4 feet off the ground, maintaining eye contact with people. It's been a lot nicer as of late.
Yeah. Has he been floating the whole time?
Yeah.
Well, we hardly notice it anymore. He always does that.
Yeah, I think we can retcon that, because I think the first time Geoffrey saw that, the first time they were like kind of alone together, I think he just looked over and was like, how? I'm used to accidentally stepping on people like you. This is an improvement.
Definitely, it's definitely a lot nicer than being so much lower. Everybody looks a little bit different when you can look them directly in the face.
Bleeznoik, one quick thing that happens during this interaction is that you notice the gun on Geoffrey's chest, as well as the cannon
Mm-hmm.
also strapped to Gaffrey. The gun seems to be like a laser pistol of some kind, but maybe one of the original models of what port and starboard were.
Mm-hmm.
Your port and starboard are better than that, you imagine, but it looks a little bit more outdated, less refined. But the cannon looks entirely customized. You've not seen that before.
Been eyeballing the artillery on this man.
Yeah, you definitely get a better look at the rifle cannon, almost railgun looking thing hovering on his back when he turns to leave, but the one he has on his hand all the time, it has like a nice black sheen to it. But it's mostly hidden by his giant hand as he sits here like this.
You, real quick, please, Noik, you can make a check for me, a history or investigation, perception check, one of the two, with advantage, given
History,
your
perception?
inventing powers here.
You say history, perception, or investigation?
History, perception, no investigation, because you would have to be like grabbing and messing with the gun.
History. With advantage?
Yep.
14.
14? Okay, yeah. You know that that's not an Academy make. You know that thing is not from the Academy. The one on the back.
It does not look like the Academy. It looks like somebody got a hold of that and kind of tinkered around with it a little bit.
Yep. Awesome.
Which is nice
Anything
to
else
see.
anybody wants to do for preparations?
I wanted to see if Skywrite works still.
Skywrite does work.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Just gonna get that out there. I assume it's gonna take a little while to get everything ready, so just go back and make another Jello shot or see if I can do it better. Other than that, I'm pretty decent. I can't wear armor anyways.
Cool.
Be able to go down and make a couple flashbangs, like one for each crew member.
Awesome. You craft up these flashbangs. Jasmine can make it again a survival check.
Yeah.
Koba, come here.
Cooking by the book.
You have advantage. The chefs will help you.
Fuck.
It's beautiful.
Fuck. Yeah, that's a 9.
More
9.
beautiful.
You cannot make another Jello shot currently.
I want them to do it.
Can I give an in-game reason why that might have happened?
Yeah.
While that cooking is going, remind me what the chef's name is?
Koba is the guest who's
Koba.
been working. Koba's
Right.
the bartender who has been helping with the chef. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I think as this cooking endeavor is happening, Geoffrey kind of steps in, and as he sees something going on, maybe at a pivotal moment, Geoffrey goes, "Koba, can we have the room?" And hoping that Koba leaves.
Koba 100%. You see this Cambion sort of look up, make eyes with Tobias, the chef, the ship's cook, and both of them are just like, and they walk out of the room, and you can hear them kind of muttering to themselves, honestly, she's so good at science and so bad at baking. We don't understand what's going on with that. It's just measurements. All you do is and you just hear them kind of drift off.
Geoffrey's going to step up to Jasmine and say, "I'm sorry. I hope I did disrupt anything too much. Honestly, I think I have to thank you. I haven't seen the two of them as excited or excitable in a while. You've brought some fresh takes to the kitchen here."
I mean, Koba has always seemed to be excitable to me, but your chef seems able, if somewhat bad at teaching.
I will grant you that. I just wanted to that I think I may have come off a little abrasive at our meeting earlier.
Where you roughly grabbed my shoulder in a very threatening manner? Yes.
Yes, I sometimes can let my temper get the better of me. I wanted to apologize for that, but also it seemed like you were, if nothing else, advocating to tell me whatever it is your captain seems reluctant to say. I wouldn't want to put you in a compromising position, but it seemed you were of the mind that this is something important that I should know. I was just curious if this was something you wanted to tell me.
Well, seeing as you are our 6th member now, I honestly do think it's important to know, just in general, in case the situation arises. We have a deal with a deity who is not your captain, that if we get within 5 feet of the object we're trying to steal, it's going to disappear and go to him. It doesn't apply to people outside of our crew, doesn't apply to Franklin, and it doesn't apply to that mech crawler, so I think he was probably just going to use the crawler.
So this, you don't want the relic disappearing to whoever you made a deal with?
Yes, that would be incredibly not ideal.
Geoffrey gets a bit of a confused look on his face. Says, I guess I don't know why he wouldn't want me to know that, but I, if anything, I hope I could be of help in this matter. To be honest, I don't want it to disappear either.
How tall are you, Hippo Boy?
I would say I'm slightly taller than your average. I mean, I'm still just medium sized, but I've imagined Geoffrey as taller than average, maybe somewhere around mid 6 feet.
She looks up at you and she smiles, and he's clearly in competition with you. And I imagine that he doesn't want to give you an edge about it. So, if he asks, I didn't say anything. But I think it would be very foolish to go into this not knowing that. In case you threw us the tablet or something.
That sounds like something I would do. So this was a good warning. Your secret is safe with me.
Just act on it in your own way.
And to be honest, if we're going to be in the elemental plane of water, I can swim well. I can't breathe underwater, but I can swim like a demon. So
I've got that handled. In addition to some respirators, I'm sure we can find. I've got a spell that should help a lot with that.
You seem quite invaluable to this team.
Well, Bleeze has the technical smarts. He maintains our ship and gets everything done that way. I just try to be as useful as I can.
You all seem to fit a niche. It's a good team that your captains put together.
Well, it's very much appreciated. He's really good at leading and very good at inspiring others.
I'll have to take your word for it. To be honest, he's seemed a bit lost recently. Please don't let me bug you anymore. I've put enough on your plate, or I've taken some. I don't know. There was a plate. I'm gonna go. Thank you for your help.
Leon, what do you get up to in the next couple of days?
Besides feeling intensely betrayed.
That wasn't my intention at all.
Yeah, sure. No. Geez, just as far as preparations go, we get some armor. I don't know, just kind of going over the plan in his head. I think he probably listens to a lot of NPR. Just trying to glean any more information on maybe like the different factions of this civil war going on. Just getting any more information that he can as far as like what they're about to be sailing into when it comes to like this conflict in the elemental plane of water.
Leon, as a tactician, and with the brain that you have, you sit and think. And audience, you need to help me for a moment. Because something is going to happen within our multiverse that could go badly for our crew. An obstacle may arise for the situation. And audience, I ask you to do me a favor and somebody in the audience roll a d4.
Oh boy.
And Leon, because this is almost like you're cursing the party in this moment, gang. So somebody in the audience, roll for me a d4. Because of your planning and thinking in this moment, I will give you a chance to reselect what was going on.
Ooh, okay, I like that. All right.
I don't know if they can roll a d4.
Pick a number through 1 through 4.
We really need to add additional die roll
Yeah,
commands.
I know, right?
Somebody
Yeah.
pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
Got a
3. Okay. Leon. My die roller says 2. All right. Leon, as you sit there and you think and you scheme to yourself, you're trying to play out all the possibilities of what's going to happen. You know the Academy. You actually know them quite well. You know how they're going to think and how they're going to act. And one of the things that strikes you as our audience has picked, I'm starting with the number 3 here. Thank you for writing that first. As you think about this, you recall how the Reavers, the pirates that are kind of more chaotic than the Dread Pirates in the Rebellion, were hunting you all. And you can imagine that unless you decide to kind of try to adjust what's going on here, they're going to increase the bounty on all of you, and the Reavers are going to come in full force for you. The audience has picked your bounties already, and whether or not you would be dead or alive. And you recall how some of those were played out. And so would you like to reselect, or do you want that to be your challenge?
If I what can I reselect it to?
You in this moment of time, if you would like, you can make for me an insight check.
An insight check. Oh yeah, let's get it. Am I good at those? Just insight. I am.
Luck has been given to CJ.
I think they've been given to everybody.
Brandon, you have luck for this as well.
All right, let's go. Let's see if I even need it. Oh shoot, that's an 18. We good?
18?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. You roll. You make this check. With an 18, I am going to describe 2 of the other options, but not all 3 other options. You did not beat a 20. The other options is that something bad happens within the elemental plane of water, and there are more Spelljammer patrols that you're going to have to deal with. You imagine that they'll send more patrols there to try to quell what's happening, or you think something is going to happen within Mechanus, specifically surrounding security. If you would like, you could, you can do one of 2 things. You can try to roll again, beat a 20, for me to tell you what the 4th option is. But you know that the 4th option is also pirate related.
Oh well, now I gotta do it, dude. I wasn't going to.
You may choose if you would like to go as Leon, find Geffrey and ask Geffrey to assist you, and you will automatically succeed.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do that then. I go find Geffrey.
Geffrey,
Bonding.
as Leon approaches you,
Bonding, yes.
Leon, you've been putting together these various pieces. Leon, do you tell Geffrey what you think is going to happen kind of for the future, these various options?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool. You lay out these things, Geffrey, as you 2 are sitting there. Leon, the 4th eludes you, but Geffrey, you know what's going to happen. Instead of the Reavers, one of the other Dread Pirates is going to come and try to kill you all.
What?
You think that the Dread Pirates are opportunists, and some of them that you know of, Geffrey, are much more cruel and vicious than Oksani. So you may now, at this moment, you 2 could have a moment here and decide which one of these obstacles you will face in the coming days.
Well, we have the Reavers, we have the Academy, we have the Mechanist security, and we have this dread pirate that was probably going to try to kill us all. Awesome. All good things.
Mhm.
My gut instinct is to say go with the devil you know. We pretty much know what the Academy is going to be throwing at us.
Mhm. The only interesting thing that we could play with here is that if it is one of the Dread Pirates, and we somehow take care of that Dread Pirate, not that that would be easy, then there's no more competition.
Right, and we both kind of.
Then we both just get to sit upon it. Yeah, I have a feeling that would work out. But I mean, that's high risk, high reward, because I think Geoffrey would absolutely tell you that none of these Dread Pirates are pushovers, but there's not one of these that he would go, oh, good, it was them. Like every single one is going to be like, well, shit. Like,
okay. If that's the case, then I have to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we're in competition for this spot and everything, but if we're going to take on the Dread Pirate, if you're certain that one's gonna come and try to murder us all, right? Not just in the interest of staying alive, but I gotta know that we're gonna put this whole competition thing behind us if this is the way we're gonna go.
Listen, I am not in this for your destruction. I will be frank. I think I deserve that Dread Pirate spot. But if there are two up for grabs, as I've said before, you seem to be a good captain.
Oh, just you.
It would be an honor to be a Dread Pirate alongside you.
Wow. All right then. He'll hold his hand out for you to shake and say, to two new Dread Pirates then.
And he clasps it eagerly to two Dread Pirates.
Okay. Geoffrey, as you both clasp hands and as you both part ways, Leon, you having schemed, you've decided that the potential obstacle, the obstacle that's going to eventually face you is the Dread Pirate. Thank you, audience, for assisting in this.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk away, all of you complete your preparations of various kinds. Is there any specific thing Geoffrey does for these final preparations?
Well, now the plan changes a little bit. Because Geoffrey now has some of this knowledge as well, that for whatever reason, unbeknownst to him, he is now confident that we're going to have a Dread Pirate turn against us.
You know who it is. You think you know who it's going to be.
Okay.
It's like if you're playing the statistics and you have information now that you know the others don't have.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And we have a shared document, Josh and I here, and I am highlighting who it's going to be.
Quick interjection. Does Leon share this plan with the rest of the crew? As in us?
Oh, of course.
Okay, just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah. No, just like randomly one day, like when we're all behind the curtain, I'll be like, hey, Geoffrey's cool now. He's practically one of us.
Cool.
Understood.
Awesome. So anything else, Geoffrey? I've highlighted the one that it's going to be.
Communications are down. I can't contact anyone. I don't know if I necessarily have anything specific at the moment. I think that the only other thing, if the wrestling match between Lore and Geoffrey never happened, would go. I think he's got a lot of excited energy now, so he's looking for an opportunity, like a release of some kind. So is looking to go find a bit of a fight, spar, wrestling match. But I don't know if he does anything of necessary or storyline importance at the moment.
Yeah, Lord definitely takes him up on that. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely like, let's do this again sometime. Like that. Mm-hmm. Only a few people can keep up with me, and that was good.
Cool.
But yeah.
Both of you roll opposed strength checks against each other.
Is this one of the I know that as a hippo, I literally have something called hippo build that gives me, what is it? Advantage on strength-based ability checks and saving throws.
100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thick boy.
I'm a thick boy.
Okay, that's a 19 for me.
I don't, does it automatically roll? I'm just gonna click it twice. Oh wow, no, you kicked my ass. I got a 10.
Geoffrey, you duke it out, but over and over again, Lore has hit you to the ground or knocked you to the mat, and it's a good fight, but every time it ends with your back on the ground.
This is a good reminder never to get into a match when you're distracted. Well done.
You're distracted? By what?
I think he just gives Laura a knowing glance and says, never mind. Good fight.
Yeah, let's do it again. Soon.
You go through your preparations, and anything else that you need to do, we'll get to. But you start to sleep. You go through your days, making your various preparations. And we're coming up to you've acquired now this small ship that you're going to use to leave and go to the elemental plane of earth, or into water. And you find yourselves going to sleep the night before your mission begins. As you all sleep, you dream various, whatever you might normally dream for in the evening. And everybody make a perception check for me.
As we're sleeping?
Yep.
Do I get advantage because I'm not sleeping?
No.
Okay.
I have my eyes closed. I rolled a 5.
14.
Dirty 20.
17.
Awesome. Geoffrey, you're the one who wakes up first. As your ears do their little flicker, you wake up to the sounds of storm. All hands on deck.
He says, shit, and he rolls out of bed.
And it strikes you just how dangerous astral sea storms are. And with that, we're going to cut to break.
What a cliffhanger.
No, I like it.
All right. We'll be right back, folks. Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Yo,
Yeah.
All right. As Geoffrey, you wake up. You are the first to sort of wake up and become aware of a sensation on your skin. The rest of you start to rouse as the voice shouts again, "Storm! All hands on deck!" But Geoffrey, you feel the sensation on your skin of what feels like rain hitting your skin. But there's no wetness, there's no water. And you've been on the Astral Sea for a long time. And you know that in storms like this one, as you put it together, this has the effects of a psychic storm. And a lot of the sensations happening here are going to be in your mind and are going to be not necessarily fully affecting your body. As you feel this rain falling, you can also hear the ship itself sort of straining, the wood on it starting to creak and groan. And again, you hear, "Everybody on deck!" And you hear a shout and a gasp and a thud from above you up on the deck.
I think upon hearing one of his crewmates potentially in trouble or getting got, he just yells, "No!" and starts running. And very quickly, his guns are never far away, even when he's sleeping. So I think he very quickly grabs. He doesn't like throw everything on; that would be too slow. I think he just grabs the cannon off the table that's near him and starts running up on deck as fast as he can, yelling again, just screaming, "Storm! Storm! Wake up! Keep your heads!"
As you all rouse from your sleeping quarters, you start to get up and look around. In each of you, again, feel the sensation of rain, the pattering of it hitting your skin. Though you, again, there's no actual rain affecting you. But as you each pull yourself out of your beds, every one of you, all 5 of you, do me a favor and make for me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I have luck, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that.
Ooh.
I have luck too. Yes, please.
I'm
I'm gonna use my luck.
I'm gonna roll the D6. The D6
I rolled a dirty
here.
20.
This D6 is
Also-
for the curse that was given to me at the beginning of the game. This is going to reduce the DC by this number.
Oh, sweet.
Thank God I did that.
Great way to do it.
That's a nice way.
All right.
I like that.
What do you all get?
I've rolled one better than what I did before with my luck. I got a 10.
10.
21.
21?
23, because I used one of my luck. I got a nat 1 on my first one.
Rad.
I got an 18 using one of my 2 lucks.
Awesome. And Leon?
Dirty 20. No luck.
Dirty 20. Everyone rouses themselves, and each of you feel as the ship starts to rock and roll along the astral sea. You hear Geoffrey, "Everybody get up!" And as each of you pull the curtain aside, you feel something press against your mind, like a spike, an acute pain roil through your mind and sort of almost strike into your brain. Each of you shrug it off. It seems to only come for a moment. It's very acute. But you, Bleasnoik, the DC was 15, reduced by 3 from the D6. You were not successful, so the DC was 12. You have to roll for me a percentile.
Oh no.
As you explode. Don't turn into a succulent, James.
Too late. 53.
53. Awesome. Cool. You sort of get up, look around, and you manage to shrug this off for a second. And as you stand up, everyone else is getting up around you, your crewmates, and you fall over unconscious.
Oh, God.
Please, what the? Laura's gonna try and shake him awake.
Awesome. You can spend your action waking up Louise like in this moment. I would have everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
My question is, do we have our new armor? And if we do, are we wearing it?
You were asleep.
If you were asleep in your armor, that's crazy. But
I guess that's a good point.
all right,
All right,
Laura got a
initiative.
6. Initiative.
7.
7. Oh, 7.
You know what? My
I-
initiative checks out.
I got a 4.
Me too.
Ah, nice. You're unconscious. I'll go first.
I
Awesome.
feel like the 7 is valid because I'm
Leon.
trying to wake Bleeze.
I got a 14 or 15. Sorry, 15.
Okay, and then Geoffrey.
25.
He's on
Wait,
his
wait,
way.
what's your initiative?
It's
You are
only a
definitely
7.
gonna
but-
go
Oh
first.
my god, it's so
Golly, yeah, I know, right? I was like, I
One
felt pretty
less.
confident.
Yeah, I just
right.
rolled really well, but yeah, I got some bonus initiative out of one of my things. So
Oh, okay.
So this is going to determine the order of actions that are taken, and I'm going to start with Geoffrey. Geoffrey, you are running through the ship and racing up to the top of the ship, and something strikes you, Geoffrey, as you're quickly kind of assessing what's going on.
yeah,
Tobias, the kitchen chef, and Koba are laying unconscious on the ground as you stomp past them. For the rest of you in your quarters, you see that everyone in the sleeping area is rolling in pain and it is incapacitated. I have rolled during the break. I rolled saves for the crew, and it went really badly.
oh good, perfect.
Geoffrey, as you race to the top of the deck, you see the ship listing, and you look, and you can see a storm. But unlike, and you've been to the material plane, you've been in planes where there is water, you've been part of storms with physical rain. Here you are seeing what seems almost like the after image of it. Violent and roiling. You see almost like astral, ethereal, almost storm clouds rolling above, and waves from the astral sea like gravitational pulses smashing into the ship. As you are getting up there, you see the Spelljammer helm, the seat by which the ship is run, and you see that the crewmate, the one who's been piloting for a while, lays unconscious. The ship now listing and starting to shift so that it can get hit by waves more directly. Geoffrey, as your turn begins, as we come into round 1, I'm going to have you all roll for me a dexterity. You must steady yourself as the ship gets hit by a gravitational wave. You may choose the skill you would like to in this moment in time. The DC is 15 to succeed. Those of you who have shipwright may use shipwright as your skill. Geoffrey, you also have shipwright as a skill, and you can use that if you would like to try to succeed.
For sure.
What does shipwright use?
You'll see it. It's a skill in your character.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Bottom. It should be bottom of the sheet, probably.
I got a 14 on mine.
14 here as well.
12.
I see my sleight of hand, stealth, and survival. I don't have shipwright on there.
It's wisdom.
It is wisdom.
Oh, is it? Okay. What are my other options? Can I do like if I have advantage on athletics? Can I just do that to try and write myself? Is that?
Of course, yeah. It's the skill you choose.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do this one. Okay. So that's either nat 20.
Nat 20. Awesome. Okay, I heard 14 from Laura, 14 from Leon. Geoffrey got a nat 20. Jasmine, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
12. Okay. And Bliznoik, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
All of you failed but Geoffrey. The DC was 15.
What?
I'm not very dexterous.
You find as you all fall to the ground, prone, knocked as this wave hits. However, Geoffrey, you with your natural 20 managed to stay your feet with your athletics, running up the side of the ship as it lists to the side slightly, and then catching up with yourself and continuing up towards the steps with your natural 20. You can get up to the Spelljammer's helm here, and that is going to be your turn. Is there anything you would like to do specifically in this moment?
I think all of his everything that he's trying to do right now is just get this ship. I mean, it's like protect everyone. Clearly, most of the crew here is either unconscious. I mean, he's seen at least unconscious. I think he assumes that. So he needs to get the ship to a place that is out of the storm, safe from the storm, so no one gets pitched over the side, no one gets hurt any more than they maybe already have been. So he's just trying to get the ship to safety as best he can.
That would require you to go and sit in the Spelljammer's
helm 100%
running the ship.
Yep.
You go position yourself, you move the other crewmate aside, you sit down, and you start to put on the Spelljammer's helm, and you will be helping run this ship.
That's the plan.
Spelljammer helms, we've house ruled this one. Spelljammer helms require any one of the 3 raw knowledge checks or like mental checks. So it's either wisdom or charisma, and that's how you're running the ship.
Okay.
And it's raw. There are no skills that you can add to this.
Perfect.
Awesome.
To play.
Sweet. As your turn comes to an end, you sit down, you see the storm so fully around you. You can see that the storm front itself is sort of pushing up on you as well. It's encircling you. This is a dire situation. And Leon, you've been knocked prone, but it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Stand up.
Awesome.
Good first step.
First step, yes. Okay. I see Geoffrey up there on the.
You are in the ship. It would take your turn to get to the deck if you.
Oh, because I fell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got to get out there. I got to see what's going on.
Your footsteps race past you, race up, and you are on your turn. You've arrived to the top of the ship. Awesome.
Cool. That's all I can do.
That is all you can do in this moment.
Crap. Okay.
You have reaction and bonus action if you needed to, but your full action and move was to get up there.
Do I see Geoffrey?
Yeah, Geoffrey has sat down and is now wearing the Spelljammer helm.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Racing up there, let me just double check that quick. Yes, currently Geoffrey is within 30 feet of you.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, all right. I'm going to use my bonus action to help him out. I'm going to use my bonus action help and give him advantage on his next piloting, shipwriting.
Awesome.
Check.
Cool.
Yeah. Spell jamming. Yeah.
You will give advantage on this. Superb. Do you say anything in order to
I was going to ask what you yell.
I just yell, keep her steady. Yeah, just keep her steady.
Cool. All right.
You got it, fellow captain.
Superb. You are shouting, keep her steady. Lore, you hit the ground. You are laying next to Bleeznoik, who is fully unconscious next to you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm from a meta perspective, I'm kicking myself because if I had used athletics, I would not be on the floor. She just kind of rolls onto her. I used shipwright like a moron. She doesn't even like getting up is second priority. She rolls onto her side and continues to start shaking Bleez.
Bleez,
and maybe like, oh sorry, go ahead. Maybe gets her like legs underneath her, but she's staying down there.
Yeah, you sort of you wake up Bleeznoik in that moment in time. That's your action, waking up Bleeznoik.
And then can I, if he's awake, he's Laura's like, are you good? Are you all right?
I think so. What
Okay.
happened?
I don't know. It's some psychic thing. I've never felt this. I hate it. We'll figure it out later. We got to get
Why
up.
are you on the floor?
Because you're on the floor. Well, also because there's a wave and everything fell over and it
Like
look,
5 feet away.
We gotta go.
Jasmine's just rolling.
And so I don't know. Could I take like part of my movement to get up the rest of the way?
Yeah, you won't be able to get to the top of the ship at this moment in time, but you're making your way through the ship.
Yeah. So I get up the rest of the way and get as far as I can, and that'll be my. But Laura's basically like, I don't know, but we gotta go, and then she gets up and goes.
Awesome.
Oh.
Lore, you slowly get up. Bleez, no, you're feeling the ship just listing,
Oh,
and both
God.
Jasmine and Bleez, as you see the ship rocking back and forth. You two are going at the same time. I'm going to have Jasmine go first because Bleez, no, you're sort of unconscious and sort of pulling yourself together here in this moment.
Sure.
Pull together, please.
Sensing that maybe the ship is currently unpiloted because there's a psychic storm happening, I'm gonna cast Polymorph on myself.
Okay.
And I turn into a Bloodhawk, which is extremely fast and can fly, so I probably won't have to roll to save myself. So she's gonna use her action to turn into that and fly 60 feet up through the ship and try and get up to the top if she can.
You are up and out onto the ship in this moment in time.
Awesome.
You get up there, and again, The astral sea is strange. There are winds that affect the astral sea, and as you fly up with the Bloodhawk, you see that in the storm, you suddenly are kind of buffeted by these winds. It is not pleasant up here, as the rain, the psychic rain, seems to just patter down, and these gravitational waves smash into the ship, and you can see streaks of some sort of ethereal or arcane lightning streaking in the clouds above. You have arrived up there. That was your action, your movement, and you've arrived, and we have Blease Noik.
Gonna get myself off the ground.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna chase after this bird that obviously knows what's good.
The bird is going.
Obviously, the bird is the word, man.
Please, you get up. You can use your entire turn if you'd like to get to the top of the ship.
Yes.
All right, cool.
That's all of the movement.
Because you didn't have to use an action, unlike Lore, Lore is the only one currently lower in the ship at this moment in time. All right, as we come to the end of the round, whomever is currently in the Spelljammer's helm must make the end of round check.
Keep it steady.
You will need to make a spell jamming check, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, and you must succeed in a DC or something bad will happen as we come into the second round.
Can't wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. It's so much more thematic. I'm a giant bat.
Awesome.
That's definitely what she would do.
Okay, so I need to do that. And I have advantage because of the help action from Captain Leon.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Lovely. Okay. My first wisdom roll is not great. That's a 9. Please do better. There we go. 19. Let's just add 10 to that. 19 with the help action.
You managed to hold the ship. I'm going to explain for a moment the meta of what's occurring, which is as you hold the ship begins to travel. You are starting to try to get it through parts of the storm, trying to move your way along. Had you had failed, every DC for the next round and remaining would have increased by 2.
Ooh, thanks for the help.
As
I got you.
Sail the ship along. Awesome. You see, as you're starting to turn, that gravitational waves, all of you aboard the deck, you can see, kind of looking around, gravitational waves seem to surge and grow higher. You see as they start to hit the ship more seriously. You're turning and shifting that ship, but still they're smashing into it. And I'm gonna need, I'm gonna start with, this is more now we're going into kind of like skill challenges. So you guys are all gonna be participating in this. The rounds will be relevant every so often, but this is one where instead I need someone, and it seems to be Geoffrey, to make a Spelljammer check to try to avoid these waves and try to negotiate them as you are sitting in the seat, Geoffrey.
Okay, this is just another wisdom, like straight wisdom Spelljammer check?
Wisdom, intelligence, or charisma, yep.
Gotcha. Oh. I'm just trying to decide if I want to use my second luck. Now does not feel like the time. That's an 11.
11. Awesome. You see as the waves smash into sides of the ship, you can see as they begin to rock, and you hear snap, snap, as ropes from parts of the sail start to break and shoot up into the rafters. The rest of you see these ropes starting to fly up. The ship is starting to see its masts and its sails fluttering in the wind, starting to catch the wind and making these checks even harder. The rest of you who are on the top of the ship, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go take the Spelljammer helm.
Here, take it.
I'm gonna take it.
You flutter over Jasmine as a bat.
A bat just flies into your face, and all of a sudden it's Jasmine in her nightgown standing there.
Ah!
I'm gonna need that.
What?
I think I'm a little bit better at flying than you, no offense.
I think he's gonna make a snap decision and not put up a fight about this. Fine, okay, and he flings it off after making a mistake, apparently, and letting everything just snap and fly away. He's like, fine, and then I'm better at delegating anyways.
Awesome.
Good for you.
You fling it off, Jasmine. It will be your entire turn to sit and put this helm on.
Sure. Got it.
Okay. You sit. You are starting to take control of the ship. Geffrey, you've already attempted your check. Bleeznoik and Leon, you two can see that these ropes have gone flying. You can see the other parts of the ship, like materials on top of the ship, are rolling about, becoming hazardous as well. What would you two like to do?
Any way to like stabilize some of the stuff that's out here so that it's not gonna like hurt anybody or shift over to one side of the ship or not?
Yeah, it would require either a dexterity or a strength check, DC 15, for you to be able to do this. If you have a skill that uses one of those two, you can substitute and add the skill as proficiency into this.
Oh god.
Which skill?
What are you gonna do?
Make
you're
a
thinking, I'm gonna give you a
straight
moment here.
Dexterity check.
What?
I'll just make a straight dexterity check.
Bad. I love it.
Terrible. 7.
7. Okay. The DC was 15. Awesome.
Terrible.
You run forward. You're trying to grab some of the things that are shifting and rolling. And Leon, you see it as the barrel lifts up in the air, is flying silently as the ship lists again and going straight towards Bleeznoik's head. Leon, this is a moment where you can choose. You see the ropes of the sails above. You see Bleeznoik and this object flying at him. You two are kind of going sort of at the same time in this moment in time. What would you like to do, Leon?
Okay. Is Bleeznoik wearing his armor? Of course he is. Right?
Bleez?
I did not take the action to turn my armor
You
on.
did not
yet.
take the action to turn it on.
Dadgummit.
Vulnerable little goblin. He's so small and frail. Help him. Laura's still here. Laura can help.
Okay.
Laura's
Alright.
still under the ship.
Never mind.
Yeah, Laura's still under the ship.
Slow
I
act.
will be coming. I mean, I just woke up, Bleeznoik, but sure.
And he's about to get killed by a barrel. What have you done?
I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. Can I like tackle Bleez out of the way?
Yeah, hell yeah, you can. This requires a strength or dexterity check.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna do athletics because for some reason that's better than my acrobatics. I don't know how that became the case, but
Okay.
yeah, let's get it. Ooh, that's a 13.
13. You run forward. You do not succeed the check. The DC was 15.
All these
Oh,
DCs
no.
are so high.
Oh no, do I have a luck? I don't think I used my luck yet.
You haven't used it.
Everybody has one, yeah. If you haven't used it.
I'm gonna luck it because I feel like this is a slippery slope.
Yeah, luck it.
Going back to our old t-shirts that we never
There
got
we go.
printed.
23. That's much better.
Yeah, fuck it, look
23.
it.
Fuck it.
Yes. Fucking luck.
You tackle Bleez. Bleez, your check you have failed by more than 5. You think this would have crashed into your head in a vicious way, but suddenly as you see it coming right at your face, something else hits you from the side, and you and Leon roll and land and tumble along the ground.
Yeah.
Leon, you prevented this catastrophe from happening to Bleeznoik, but you see the barrel and other crates fly off the sides of the ship and fall into the gravitational field and then disappear.
Bleez, you all right?
Thank you, Captain.
Yeah, you can fly, right?
Give me a second.
Take care of these sails. Because the ropes to the sails are getting disconnected and they're going to be too far for anybody else to grab.
Got you.
All right, awesome.
Lord.
Also, Brandon, you had another luck already.
Oh, dope.
Did
Awesome.
someone just buy another one?
Chat.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
saying.
okay. So you have
So,
2 more.
I got
Lord,
2
you
lucks.
are moving through the ship. You can get up there if you would like. It will take half your movement.
Yeah. I mean,
Awesome.
well, tell you what, I just had a different idea. They seem like they have it pretty okay for the time being. I think Laura's gonna try and wake up some of the crew.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, make a medicine check.
Okay.
Oh.
That I can do. Hopefully, now that I said that, we'll see.
Everybody's getting luck again.
I'm
by
gonna
the
use
way.
my other luck because that was a nat 1.
Ooh, all right.
Good. Thank you, Flock Obama.
Oh, thank you. This means that
Paco!
I will luck at some point, but that's a lot better. Okay, so we're looking at a 16.
Awesome. You start racing around. You begin to kind of like check on individuals. You can see that so many of them are writhing. Many of them are afflicted by the same sort of thing that happened to Bleasnoik. They were knocked unconscious and they lay in their cots. But you start to rouse some of them. And with your success, you will have reduced all of the DCs for the next round by 2 in this moment in time. So the DCs can now be
So that's why they're
13.
high. I understand.
Awesome. Cool. As you finish your round, we come to the end of the round. Everybody has taken their action. And many of you succeeding in not causing all hell and handbasket. Because of Geoffrey's success at the helm, you have advantage, helmswoman, as you have to pilot this ship. And you must roll and succeed. These end of round checks do not get affected in the same way by that lowered DC. The DC is 15.
Okay, but I have advantage.
Yep.
That's way better than a 50-50 chance. We can do this, guys. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Give me another one. Okay. It's 21.
Awesome. As you are piloting this ship, you see for but a moment, Geoffrey, you spot it first, and Jasmine, you're becoming aware of it as a rogue wave comes rolling in to smash into the ship. Jasmine, you're becoming pretty aware quickly with the Spelljammer helm of just how old this ship is. It's fast, it's nimble, it's quick, but it's also one that cannot take a ton of beatings. And as this wave gets closer, Geoffrey, you see it, you point it out, this wave coming in to smash into the side of the ship, and you successfully turn the ship and ride the gravitational wave, dodging any effects that it could have had. Superb.
We've received a blessing.
And wait, yes.
Oh, what do we got?
The blessing is a 1, which normally is great because it's the blessing of Amelia. Normally we all get to smite on our next attack.
You all get Amelia's blessing, all of you. You can feel in this moment. This is fight or flight moment as you guys are fighting and dealing with this storm, trying to protect your ship. And in this moment, as I'm going to deal with this blessing in a second, Geoffrey, Leon, Lore, Blease, and Jasmine, you become aware of the asteroids surging through the storm.
Oh my god.
You
Never
see as
tell
they
me
are
the
coming
odds.
like bullets and rockets, and in this moment and in this blessing, you feel divine powers of something touching your fingertips, and all of you can add a D8 to your checks in this moment.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Love that.
You see as these asteroids get pushed by gravitational waves, rocketing towards you. And we're going to now use this initiative for a moment to help guide this. Is that now everybody's sort of arrived, and I want to make sure things are kind of orderly here. But you can see that, again, ropes are flailing around. If these continue to go, you know, Geoffrey in particular, that these are going to cause worse and worse effects, especially as you hear more of them snap, snap, and the sails are starting to rip and tear.
Mm-hmm.
You also notice, you hear the groaning of the mast, and all of you are hearing this and noticing this. You hear one of the masts of the Prometheus starting to groan, and you think that if unattended, it could potentially break.
It's not good.
Finally,
Not good.
as other members of the crew are starting to wake up, Geoffrey, you in particular are aware that if you wanted to, you could also try to shoot these asteroids out of the sky.
Again, you read my mind. I brought my like rifle railgun up with me. It was the only weapon I grabbed on my way up, and so I'm whatever cluster looks like it's coming to hit first, he is going to take aim at and try to blast out of the sky.
Awesome. These asteroids have an AC of 17.
Okay. I think now seems like a good time to use one of my grit points to I have something called Adept Marksman that lets me do trick shots, and one of my special trick shots is called Deadeye. So when I use a firearm, I can expend one of my grit points to just get advantage on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage as I try and blast these things out of the sky. Where does the D8 come in, or is that going to be?
The D8 is on this roll if you would like.
Ooh, okay. Do I have to decide before I roll?
No.
Deal. Okay. Well, let me roll with advantage and see what I get. That was a nat 1, so I'm not going to take that one. I got a 19 to hit, so I'll take. I will not use my D8. I'll just.
You see the electrical charge, the power that seems in this moment much more advanced. And Bleeze, you're laying on the ground, and I'll give you a disadvantage perception check if you wanted to notice what's going on here.
Sure. Disadvantage perception check?
Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
We had a curse like at the beginning of the session. Can these asteroids be baned?
Yeah, is this a minus D6?
Yeah, it was a minus D6 from Abathale stabbing them with pencils.
Yeah, I already had done this.
Oh, you did already?
Earlier on.
Okay, perfect, cool.
Oh yeah, he over the DC, that's right.
Right, okay.
I
was going to say
anything.
just the mental image of Abathale stabbing asteroids.
Please?
4.
You miss it. You just miss this moment. You were laying on the ground with Leon in this moment, but you, Geffrey, you charge up the shot, deal your damage.
19 points of damage, and it explodes.
Yes, excellent. Deal that explosion damage.
Damn.
What is I'm trying to figure out where my explosion damage is again.
Because these are asteroids, they won't make the dexterity saving throw. It is just a D8 to, you just add another D8.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I will add an additional 1 point of damage. Yeah, exciting.
Additional 1 point of damage. You had to beat a damage threshold of 20 to even succeed in what you had just tried to do.
Oh, wait. So, okay. There we go. Okay.
You've done it. You did it. You did it.
Blow that thing up,
you shoot the shot and it explodes. Bits of asteroids knocking these away. They're still coming, but you have successfully helped assist in what is going to happen with them.
Oh, thank God.
Awesome. You see as asteroids explode around more, launching towards the ship. Awesome. As Geffrey's turn ends, Leon, it is your turn. You sort of are laying on the ground. You kind of look around. Again, you see the sails flying wild with ropes swinging wildly, and you can hear the groan of the mast. And you can decide anything else that you would like to do as well.
Okay. Asteroids coming down. The mast is about to break. Yeah, just another day, huh? Okay. So how bad does the mast look? I don't even think there's anything I can do about that for real. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my commander strike. And because I don't think I can do enough damage to, unless I can sneak attack an asteroid, I don't think I can do enough damage to stop these asteroids. So I'm going to use Commander Strike and give up one of my attacks and my bonus action and let Geffrey shoot again as a reaction.
Awesome. Rad. You use your Commander Strike, using your bonus action. You shout over to Geffrey. Geffrey can shoot again.
All right. I say, yeah, more of that. We need more of that.
Yeah, I think he would have used his extra attack to just reload immediately after his first shot. So this is just another shot here.
Yep.
So he'll go ahead and fire off for a solid 28 to hit.
28 hits. You deal your damage. Again, you must deal 20 damage for you to have an effect.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and do. That's only 15 damage, but I get my explosion again. So let's see if I can hit a 5 or not. Come on. That's only a 3. That's a total of 15, and then it scatters, but didn't do enough to hit anything.
Red. Cool. Again, explosions happen, but meteors and asteroids continue to launch towards the ship. Leon, you had called this. That was your action and bonus action, or that was your turn, yes?
Wait, maybe I have something called, I forgot I had this, but I don't remember if we decided guns can use it. Astral Spark once per turn when you hit a target with a simple or martial weapon. I don't know if we decided that guns are martial weapons. You can cause the target to take an additional +4 force damage.
You can.
Cool, I do that. So it's actually 22 total points of damage.
Hey.
Awesome.
Okay.
Asteroids scatter and shatter. They continue to come, but they're smaller and smaller. They're not as large as they were before. Leon, was there anything else with your turn that you wanted to do?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm done. Yeah, because that ain't my bonus action too.
Awesome. Lore, you are standing atop the ship. You see explosions happening around. Oh no, you've been waking up people.
I'm down. Yeah, I've been waking people up.
You've been waking up people. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Lord's gonna tap the comms. Do you guys need help up there? I'm waking the crew up.
You just hear in the background.
The comms are entirely dead while in this.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. All right. Fuck it. And I am gonna take one more turn to try to wake more crew up.
Make the check. You do that DC 13.
DC 13. And it's a medicine check, right?
Yep.
9, 10, 13 exactly.
Exactly. You wake them up. The DCs have lowered down to 11. Awesome. Laura, you continue to spend your turn waking up more members of the crew who are getting up and trying to help and to support what's going on in this situation. They're starting to kind of come to action, supporting all these other actions as well. And Bliznoik, it is your turn in this moment.
And Laura's just like, you okay? All right, they need you. Like, just sending them off like production line.
Not gonna be able to get up to those ropes quite yet, but I will enable my armor so that I could actually fly towards them.
Okay. You use your action to enable your armor so you can fly up to those ropes. Superb.
I will start planning out some kind of game plan here on how to get these ropes back down.
Jasmine,
Hi.
as Bliznoik passes their turn, you hear, all of you atop the ship, hear the tearing as the sails are ripped asunder. It took too long for you to fix the ropes and the sails.
Crap.
You see as they peel away, and you hear the snapping of wood as one of the masts. As the sails are basically peeling away and starting to blow, they are dragging at that mast. That mast seems to be getting harder, and it's starting to bend. It's starting to potentially break if you do not deal with it immediately. Jasmine,
There are crew running around on deck, are there not?
they're lowering DCs. They are not able to help you with these type of checks.
How do we stop the freaking mass from
I have a plan. I just need someone else
Anybody
to
got
do
mending?
it.
What do you got, Jazz? It's your turn.
I need someone to touch my hand. Because I'm driving and I need someone to touch my hand. So I can make them bigger and able to stop the sail from breaking.
Awesome.
Jeffrey's probably the closest to you. I probably couldn't have gotten very far before I started shooting things, so he's probably within earshot if you needed to yell something at him.
If it's okay for me to use my thingy, I would like to cast polymorph on somebody.
Awesome.
I just can't move from the
Laura's
helm.
not up there, so I can't help you.
If you want to do this, so right now, with the masts having broken, your end of round check, you're doing with disadvantage. Or
Right.
not the mast breaking, the sails. Right
Sails
now,
ripping,
you're
yeah.
doing it with disadvantage. The DC is not as high because there are crew assisting. If you would like, Jasmine, you can try to do something, maybe with the spell jamming in this moment in time to try to support kind of the ship and make a check to try to lessen what's going on, or maybe even dodge these asteroids. Or you can, that would maybe give you advantage or give you a neutral roll on your end of round check, or you can touch polymorph to set up Jeffrey for next round.
I feel like with the asteroids coming in, with the sails ripped as they are right now, we're in bad shape. I'm gonna touch Jeffrey because we need good things happening next round.
Rad.
And welcome, Raiders.
Ground
Welcome,
couch.
Raiders.
Yo, what up, Raiders?
Jasmine, as you reach out, Jeffrey, you put your hand out as well. Jasmine, you touch Jeffrey, and what do you polymorph Jeffrey into?
He's gonna become a giant ape.
Jeffrey, you
I'll send you that stat block.
grow in size, becoming a giant ape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome.
Just and Jasmine's like, good. Now let me.
Jasmine, the meteors are continuing to come towards you as you are flying along. You found that the storm has almost pushed you in a little bit of an asteroid belt. And Jasmine, you must make a DC 11 with disadvantage on this spelljamming end of round check. The stakes of this, Jasmine, is that if you fail, a meteor swarm is going to strike the ship twice.
Okay, I got luck. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use my luck.
Come on, Jeff.
Yes. Thank you, Flock Obama, my
Yeah.
patron god. That'll be a 22,
Awesome.
as the luck negates the 10 I just got.
You fly with the ship, and with the success of this check, you see is the ship, the first round of meteors that Geffrey had been shooting. With every success, Geffrey, you had reduced the number of D6 by 5. So instead of 20d6, 20d6 dealing damage to all of you, it is now 10d6, 10d6 damage
so
dealt
high.
to all of you. With
Okay.
Jasmine, you turning the ship, shifting and swirling it, diving down and up, you prevent the second meteor storm from striking.
Augers.
Good job.
All of you,
You can't talk. You're an
all of you must make dexterity saving throw. Jasmine, yours is with disadvantage.
Yeah, I figured. It's okay.
Hey, what is the? Oh, here it is. Here's the stat block. Dexterity saving. Oh, that's not great. All right.
Shit, I gotta use luck.
The disadvantage really got me on that one, I won't lie.
All right.
Oof.
Yeah, 9.
9.
You got luck, Lore.
I do, but I only have one left.
You're inside the ship. Do you have to?
I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, Lore's inside.
Lore is inside. The meteors are hitting through the ship. The meteors are actually dealing damage to the ship. And so the ship has 300 health.
It's
And
10d10, right?
It's technically 20d6 that's being dealt right now.
What did he say? Lore, lose you.
Yeah, okay, I'll use my. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, all right.
Okay, I used my luck
Heard.
and rolled the exact same thing.
That's rough.
14 as a big old 8 boy.
I used my
This is
flash
a
of genius to get me
dex
up to a
saving?
14.
Dex saving
Yeah,
throw,
dex
DC
save.
15.
I got a 25.
Thank you.
I had to use my
16.
luck.
All right, raise your hands if you had succeeded. DC 15. Thank you. Everyone who failed, you take 70 points of damage.
You
Jesus
say
Christ.
70?
70 points.
I'm still
Everyone
up.
who succeeded, you take 35 points of damage.
I'm not doing great.
The ship has 300 health and has taken 70 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh.
If the ship goes to 0, the ship will be destroyed and you will be cast out into the astral sea with no gravitational field.
Did my monkey not take the hits for me?
Absolutely not.
No, I took hits. They were not for you. They were
They
for
went
me.
through him.
Awesome. You, wait.
Ooh, DM
Wait,
just
did I
got
just
cursed.
get
though.
cursed? You jerks.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean, jerks? You just did
Yeah,
70
Flock
points
Obama,
of
thank
damage.
you.
Oh, whatever. So the curse was what, a 1 or a 2?
It was a
2.
2.
A 2? So
Jokes.
technically this curse would make my next check, save, attack replaced with a natural 1. Instead, what will happen is that any one of the party can choose to replace a natural 20 for their check.
I think I
Yes.
need that, guys, because otherwise I just went unconscious. Can I take that?
You cannot use it in this moment in time.
I guess I'm unconscious.
It's the next check.
Oh Jesus Christ! Don't you have jello shots?
Do I have what?
Oh well, I guess.
No,
do you have your jello shot on you?
For the
Yeah.
1 HP?
Sure, it's
Can
in
she take
my
it while she's
utility
unconscious?
belt.
No, but somebody can feed it to her, and then she'll be back up, and we'll have somebody to pilot the ship because the other pilot is a monkey.
As
No, the other pilot's grabbing the ropes.
as the round comes to a close, as the meteor swarm hits into the ship, bits of wood sprays everywhere. Many of the crewmates scream, diving out of the way, or get pummeled. A couple die or lie unconscious in this moment. All of you get smashed to bits, and you all feel the ship start to list. And
Oh,
as you
no.
realize that there is no
Fuck.
one running the
Okay.
ship again.
You sure you didn't say 17?
No, I said
Okay.
17.
Because I'm pretty sure he blew them up and I dived out of the way and you were like, you're unconscious.
Oh, sure, I hear that. So as we come into the next round, the meteor swarms have passed by. You don't think that is a threat any further. The ship starting to list gets hit by gravitational waves, and each of these rounds is not occurring within seconds per se, but more within like minutes. But if you dealing with issues kind of ongoing, and that's what's being represented here. As the ship gets pushed and rocked away as well. And what up, Legends of Adventures? As our crew is trying to survive against the psychic storm, we see as the lightning hanging above the ship begins to streak out. You see as those sails, now ripped free, partially pulling on the masts, are hit by the bolts of lightning and burst into flame that begin to creep down and race down the masts. This lightning is arcanically charged. It's an arcane element and is very chaotic in the way that it strikes. And you can see as fire has now started to cover parts of the masts and sails that have ripped free. And that is a problem you'll have to deal with. The sails continue to pull wildly, but members of the crew have climbed up into the sail itself and have pulled out a new sailcloth. However, as the lightning strikes, you can see as some plummet from mast, hitting the ship, but there's a sailcloth that can be reestablished to give the ship stability if need be. Other members of the crew have placed bracers and are working on trying to and need support getting bracers around that groaning, creaking mast. And lastly, no one is piloting the ship.
Geoffrey, you aren't a monkey. I'm unconscious.
Geoffrey, with your monkey mind, what would you like
not
to do?
a monkey. I'm unconscious.
Oh, Geoffrey, you find yourself with the vigor of a gorilla for a moment, and then suddenly, oh, you're back to you again with the vigor of a hippo.
Cool. I look at the crew who is doing their best to stabilize the sail. I think that was his initial thought, but then no one's steering the ship. So he very quickly reasserts himself as the in the seat to like, no, we gotta steer it because it's already starting to tip. He just like the urgency of, oh shit, we gotta put it back on to try to right the ship.
Yet again, you pull the person helming the ship out of the plane, throw him to the side, and sit down, and you are running the ship. At the end of the round, you will not automatically fail the end of round check. Congratulations. Superb. Geoffrey, great. What are other folks doing? We're gonna go with Leon, then Lore, Bliznoik.
Jesus Christ. What's up with these?
Yeah, Leon, there's so much now happening to the ship. You think that there's so much that like chaos has sort of spread across the ship. Things have
How do you do it? It start.
Starting as you kind of put things together, just giving you a meta sense, though Leon has to kind of come to this however you decide. There seems to be 4 problems: fire on the sails, getting the new sail cloth set up, bracing the mast, and last 3 problems. You need to solve 2 of them in order to support the person running the ship.
Okay.
Not to mention somebody's unconscious by
Right.
a hippo.
Freaking Jasmine's down. Can I get to Jazz?
You could use your entire turn if you wanted to get
My entire turn? Oh my god.
Make the tactical decision like she would.
Leon, what is
I'm only sad
you're
Max wasn't here to hear me say that.
Leon, you're seeing so much chaos, destruction, people going down. I'm gonna actually need Leon for just a moment to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god. Okay. Yes, that's an 18.
All right, you're good. Memories of the
Yeah.
catastrophes of your past threaten to catch up to you.
Oh my god. Okay. So we got the mast, we got the sail, right? Jeffrey's steered the ship, Jasmine's down. I am going to panic for a second, then get my shit back together. I really don't know where I could help.
You want to delay. You
No.
can see what happens elsewhere with other members of the crew and either assist them or just like wait and try to pitch in somewhere.
Right? Because I'm be real. Like I don't think that I can do much as far as helping with the sail or
Cool.
the mast, right? Because I am only human.
Your
But
resident hippo might not hate having advantage on whatever the end of round check is, depending on how well everything else goes.
Right. I could do that. Can I bonus action help Jeffrey and get to Jasmine in the same turn? Like use my action and my movement to get to Jasmine, use my bonus action to assist Jeffrey.
I will let you try. Because of how much the ship is rocking and shaking, it will require a check, and should you fail, you will not be able to get to Jasmine at all.
Okay.
This
What
will
am I-
be, this will be a athletics or acrobatics check.
Athletics, let's go.
EC 15.
I still got a luck, right? I think I have one more because I used one before.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Holy crap. Come on.
Didn't you say your acrobatics is better than athletics?
No, my athletics is inexplicably better than my acrobatics for some reason.
Oh.
It shouldn't be because I'm a dex-based build, but yeah, dirty 20
Dirty
on
20.
athletics. Yeah,
There are 2 lucks in this session so far. How many lucks have you used?
2.
We did have one
You
left
had a
over from
third
last,
from the
though. Yeah.
leftover. Yep. So
Yeah, I had a third from leftover. Yeah, I should be out of lux now.
you race across. You see as barrels and crates that still remain on the ship fly by. A rope swings past you, and you manage to dive underneath it before it slices into you. And you jump up, running up the ramps towards the top of the ship, and you can get up there. And you will have your bonus action to use on Geoffrey. You had to use your action and move to get to Jasmine.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you got there, but you kept your bonus.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, bonus action, Master of Tactics, to assist Geoffrey.
Awesome. You give the Master of Tactics, and Leon, as your turn comes to a close, you recall the moment when you, in your previous life, serving aboard Captain Hatch's ship, had to sprint across an exploding ship, race to the top where the Spelljammer's home was. You remember grabbing hold of First Mate Niara in that moment, an enormous bolt ripping through a portion of her chest, and you remember using Master of Tactics on Captain Hatch.
Oh my god.
In that moment. Awesome. After that, it is going to be Lore. You've been
Lore,
waking up crew,
yeah.
reducing the DCs. A large chunk of the crew has been woken up at this point. What would you like to do?
Yeah, Laura's gonna head up to the top now. I think where I was before I stopped moving and started waking was like half movement before I got to the top. Something like that.
Yep, this is
Okay.
going to be half movement. Yep.
Yep. So getting up with half of the movement, gonna kind of really quick take in the scene. And first thing she's gonna shout is, Captain, do you have Jasmine?
Yeah. She'll be up in a second. I got her.
Heard. And taking in that is going to start. I'm assuming there, despite the fact that people that can fly are helpful there, I'm assuming there is a ladder up the mast, and it's going to start climbing the ladder.
Awesome. I'm going to need you to make an athletics check to get up the
My
mast.
favorite check. Okay. 24.
24?
Yep.
Awesome. You race up the mast, you begin to sort of support and gathering ropes and assisting with this. One of the challenges, one of the obstacles is being solved as you gather up these ropes and help start to kind of get these sails in a position to be their flames to be put out. You also see that there is the other crew members are still trying to work on this new sailcloth and are not succeeding in doing so. Superb.
Yep, that's definitely like my whole.
Bleeze Noik.
What else is left to be solved?
Reinforcing the mast,
Oh, boy.
or helping. You have to climb up and help solve the sail.
I'll have to climb. Shit. I will fly over there.
Of course.
With my 3 hit points.
Shit.
It's okay.
Hell
I'll be
yeah.
fine. I've been dead before. But I'll fly over there, and I'm guessing I'm gonna assist them with this new sail.
Yeah, this is a sleight of hand check.
I actually have this skill. Let's see if I can roll good with it.
Wow. DC 11.
I've rolled an 11.
You got an 11?
An 11.
Awesome. You succeed in getting the DC. You manage to pull the sails, and you watch as the crew starts to reattach them, basically getting rid of the other sails that Lore has managed to gather up. And we come to the end of the round as Jasmine make a death saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. Hey, 13.
13. Okay. Jasmine, you continue to lay there. And Geffrey, at the end of the round in the Spelljammer's chair, you need to make the end of round check. You were going to make this with a straight roll because the crew had managed to successfully kind of stop the disadvantage. However, because of Master of Tactics from Leon, you are making this with advantage.
Heck yeah. And just to clarify again, it's just a D20 plus my straight wisdom, so it'd be plus, for me, plus 3.
Plus 3. The DC for this is 17. These lightning bolts seem to carry with them a psychic energy. And I'm going to lay the stakes out here for you, Guthrie. As you sit here in the ship, you've seen this before. Leon, you've seen this. You guys have been on the Astral Sea before. This is violent. You think for a moment, all of you, that something maybe worse is actually happening because of this is the worst storm you've ever seen. And these bolts of lightning, carry psychic harm potentially with them. And Geffrey, if you do not successfully navigate the ship more than once, everyone on the ship will be affected by these lightning bolts.
Can I preemptively flash a genius him?
Sure.
What does
how much
that
are you
do?
gonna-
We'll give you a +4 to your roll.
We also
You
had a
already-
D8 to their next thing, right?
Yep. Geffrey,
From the
this is a roll. You need to beat a 17. You have a +7 to this check. And you have
And advantage.
You need to get above, you need to get 10 or higher twice. Or once, at least.
Okay, I am going to I'll just do a D20 and then add 7. So that's a 15 plus 7 is 22.
All right. As you steer the ship, you see as one bolt of lightning smashes into the ship, rippling across and hitting all of you. But then a second bolt that the ship was going into, you managed to dive out of the way. Everybody roll for me percentile.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Even me?
Everybody.
But I'm unconscious. What?
It still applies to you.
Cool.
32.
Ooh,
Extra dead.
25.
14.
Oh boy.
All right. Remember your number, and I'm going to roll through them and explain the effects.
Okay.
So,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
all right, you ready? We're going to
Sure.
start as the bolt of lightning strikes into the ship. Lore, you're highest on the ship in this moment in time. What'd you roll?
15.
15. Okay, Lore, you are grabbing hold of the sails, and then you find yourself as the lightning bolt strikes through you. You are stunned.
Oof.
And in
Do
that-
I fall off the...
You are incapacitated, Lore.
Oh crap. That's
And
not
Lore, I'm gonna I'm gonna have you roll for me a d20.
Okay. Right, so here it is.
It's kind of like a raw luck check of what exactly happens here.
I'm more concerned about
12.
a moment.
12, cool. You get whipped around by the ropes of the sails that you were holding, and you see as you kind of whip up, you're stunned, your grip now loosening, the sails hit you, and you fall smashing into the base of the ship. You were 50 feet up, and you will take 5d6 points of bludgeoning damage from this.
You're raging, right?
Lore, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that could be worse. Thank you.
Way
How much
worse.
damage
much
does
On
worse.
5d6, you got
Holy
12?
crap.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I rolled like crap. I got 2, 2, 5, 2, 1.
It's about time.
Lore's just really tough. Like
Awesome.
it's one of her own saving graces.
Lore, after you fall, Bleasnoik, you're second as the bolt of lightning hits into you. What was the number you got?
76.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Bleasnoik, you are standing there for a second and you see within the storm itself a maw, a mouth of some kind opening
again.
wide and coming towards you. You need to make for me a wisdom saving throw.
No. That's an 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah.
You are filled with fear, your heart gripping tight as you see this maw coming at you. You have no clue if it is real or not. You will take 4d10 psychic damage as Phantasmal Killer triggers, dealing 21 points of psychic damage to you.
I'm unconscious.
Bye.
Crap.
Awesome. Bleasnoik, roll a raw d20, you are flying.
Whee.
Oh no.
An
Poor
8.
little-
An 8. You all watch, those of you who are conscious and those who are stunned, watch as Bleasnoik gets hit by the winds, your boots still active, and vanishes off the side of the ship.
See you later.
Awesome.
I'm so glad you can fly.
Bleasnoik,
I'm
we
unconscious
go.
and
He's
We are going-
unconscious.
I'm so glad you can fly.
We're going
Well, just
further
gotta
down
get
the
him
ship.
conscious. It's fine.
The next closest one is Leon. Leon, what was the number you got?
Need Katy
25.
Perry playing in the background.
25.
Yeah.
Leon, you get hit by the lightning bolt as you look down at Jasmine, and your body seizes and you are stunned. You are incapacitated and laying there.
Shit.
Jasmine, what'd you get?
14.
Jasmine, that could have gone so much worse. You are just continued to be stunned. You are already incapacitated. It could have been bad. So, but now we have Geoffrey.
32.
Okay, Geoffrey.
Mm-hmm.
You lay there, you sit there as the bolt hits you as well, and you are stunned. All three of you lay stunned upon the ship. All of you are stunned or unconscious at this moment in time
Yeah.
as we come into round
Great.
5.
Nobody's
I'm going to
piloting
make
this shit.
one check just behind the screen here about what happens. Yeah. For all of you, stunned or otherwise, Jasmine, I need you to roll 2 death saving throws for me.
A 15 and a 3.
Okay, roll one more time. It's either stabilize or die, Jazz.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
God. Oh, no.
What happened?
That was a natural one.
Oh.
Bleasnoik,
Hi.
stabilize or die, please.
What do you need? Just a straight up roll?
Yep.
I was 1 away.
17.
17.
You need
That's
2
one
more, or
success.
you want-
Welcome,
You're gonna keep
dungeon
them all.
scrawlers.
Hey, dungeon scrollers! You got to keep going.
3.
Okay.
It's 1 and 1. 7.
2 and 1.
6.
Okay, excellent. Lore, Geoffrey, and Leon. When you come to, minutes have passed. In your stunned state, you could do very little and see very little as you lay there. And you find your ship now adrift as you see that Oksani has finally broken free of the things that were affecting her and has woken you up, and your ship, unpowered, drifts within a nebula. You see gas floating around the ship as you sit there. And that is where we're going to end Spelljammer for this evening. Thank you all so much for coming and joining us. Dungeon Scrollers is always a good time to have you guys come and join right at the end of our session. Thank you much. So, thank you all. This was a devastating session with some horrifying things happening right at the end here. But as we bring ourselves to a close, I'm going to ask Max, if you could assist me with giving a little bit of cheer and gratitude to these folks. I know, Max, I'm sorry.
You want me to give what to who, Jake?
to not me, but to the other folks who come and watched, our amazing viewers here.
Yeah, I'd love to shout out some people.
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out Jake for killing 2 people
Hell yeah.
in one move. But we'll go ahead and go through the people
In the
that
last
are
10
lovely
minutes.
followers that
I know, right? We
have
were
done
doing so well.
great for
Look,
us tonight.
Nobody tell Driz.
Oh, right.
Oh my god!
Well, at least I can't threaten Drizzle anymore.
Man, oh, we needed Drizzle for this one, bro. Things would have been
So let's see, where was it? 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago? Yeah, okay. First off, we got a hydrate from Lotsky. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lord Gasumba rated us with a party of 75. Wow, holy crap, thank you. And then after that, we had a bunch of follows from Grendel Wolflair, awesome name, Brungal, Prometheus2128, Vixen Heart 5. Thank all of you. Also, thank you to Quad for the hydrate. I definitely took that. The Grouch Couch then rated us. Thank you so much. We got the Absolute Trash Can that followed us. Mr. Abstracto, Mr. Mephisto. Thank you so much for following. Then we've got the Legends of Evantris that rated us with a party of 110. Holy mother of mercy. Doobly J, thank you so much. AU with the face, thank you so much. Legends of Evantris, thank you so much. Happy Meal 1384, thank you so much. Nearly Tuna, Emily K. Black, Sloths with ADHD, Sounds of Dark Gaming, thank you all for the follows, excuse me.
Awesome.
And then Dungeon Scrawlers. Thank you for
so much.
what appears to be 2 raids in succession. I don't know how you managed that, but
Yeah.
TS Forest, thank you as well.
Thank
for the
you all for
follow.
joining us this evening. I'm going to reiterate that Iron Valor is a dangerous game, and it's devastating to see what had just happened at the midst of this psychic storm on the eve of our team planning to go to the elemental plane of water. However, Iron Valor relies on you to assist, and many blesses helped this party get as far as they did this evening. Thank you all for coming and joining us. Come back, not next Wednesday because we're on a holiday break for that Wednesday, but the week after as we determine what happens as 2 of our members now lay dead, one of which lost within the astral sea. Thank you all for coming. Let's shoot for the stars and let's bring this one to a close.
Awesome. We're gonna go ahead and go to our raid. So if you have any suggestions for the raid, please throw them in chat. We'll see you later.
Real quick, while I'm doing a plug, while you're doing the raid stuff, let me just real quick do this. Spelljammer does show every 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. On Wednesdays, and then you can also come and follow our Fate's End show that happens on Mondays, and you can find that on our website, Lincoln Liar, and come and hang out. Come and join us. I can't wait to see what happens with this crew.
Leon, look after my son.
or what's left of it.
30% of the crew was killed in
Don't tell
one fell
Franklin.
swoop.